Whenever you're ready, sir.
Uh, hold on. Let me.
Hold on.
Now let's hold on. Let's hold on.
Hold on.
Confused, Joe. Take these off.
Hey, you hear that?
I was here before anybody was.
I'm just saying.
You was here before anybody. I was the first person in here, yo. Now you gonna lie?
Here and then I left. I was here and then I left.
Came here and I left. Well, can't prove that you were here then.
I'm in the kitchen.
I'm in the kitchen.
I'm whipping.
Thank you for this time.
You went home and got your joints redone, I see, huh?
Yeah, I can't even see. I'm trying to start prayer time, and y'all want to interrupt me.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I didn't know you was praying.
Father God, we thank you for this time. We thank you for this place to allow us just to come together and to study your word. And we thank you, Lord God, because this is a time that you have set apart for us. So we don't take it for granted. We don't take it lightly. We pray, Lord God, that you just continue to show us what you have for us, not only individually, but collectively as a band of brothers. We pray for those listening in. We pray for those that can't be with us on the video, Lord God, but we pray for them wherever they are. We lift up those that will join us in the future. And we just look towards you for guidance, for direction. Thank you. We praise you just for who you are. We love you. We give you praise and the glory and the honor. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to go first. Hey, I need to pray more often. I need to open up more often. Let me see. Let's see what I got.
You do need to pray more often. That part you was right about.
Wasn't talking to you.
You didn't really say a name, so I didn't know who you was talking to. So it was out there.
Oh, it's Thursday.
Hydra. Hold on. Hey, Hydra.
I got excited. No, man, go.
You got excited? What's up, Hydra? Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not the one.
Give me a half of a wave.
She's excited, Joe. She's not paying you no mind.
Did she just give me a L, get out my face wave? Like, I'm not really digging you right now.
No, I was talking about something.
I'm excited too. You know what?
She left her damn.
What else you don't leave in this car?
Let's get it, dude. My bad.
So my first point for 7 is a palace for God. As we continue studying and getting to know King Solomon, we are blessed with chapter 7. We are described in detail his palace. We are given this detail after he had built his temple, which, remember from last week's study, took 7 years to complete. We learn early in verse 1 of chapter 7 that it took Solomon 13 years to complete the palace. There are different opinions on the reason behind why it almost took double the years to complete. But through my study, I believe the answer is simple. There was just more to the palace than the temple. As we read, this included his living quarters for Pharaoh's daughters, a room to hear legal matters. If the temple was today's church, the palace was a lot like a community center of sorts. I say that, but it really pales into comparison how huge the palace was, because this thing had rooms inside of rooms, buildings inside of buildings. Now let's turn our attention to the buildings. The first one we were told about was called the Palace of the Forest of Lebanon. Perhaps the name was given because of the many cedar pillars, but for its actual purpose, we gain a small glimpse in chapter 10, verse 7. It talks about Solomon making shields and placing them in the Palace of Forest of Lebanon, so maybe this was sort of armory. I actually think that's 2 Samuel I saw that at. Let me make sure I ain't misspoke.
I didn't misspoke.
Stand by, Carlos. Oh yeah, that's chapter 10. I said next we have the Hall of Pillars, which we have read was a large porch in front. This has may have been an entryway to our next room known as the Hall of Justice, where we learn this is where legal matters take place. As we turn to Huram, an expert craftsman, we learn that the two bronze pillars he made were actually given names. Yakin, meaning he shall establish, and Boaz, as in him is strength. My commentary speaks of the pillars regarding this. In practical terms, the pillars were to be an ever-present reminder to each successive king of the fact that he was ruling by God's appointment and by his grace, and that in God lay his strength. And then lastly, I just wanted to note verse 51. Solomon also remembered the preparations his father King David had made, his preparations his father King David had made and dedicated, and brought them into the temple. So it's kind of dope how he brought the things that King David had made for the temple, even though David couldn't build it himself. So I thought that was dope. But that's my chapter 7.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Quiet.
Wait a minute, yo.
Yosh, don't pull
You got
over
it.
just
You
so
got it.
quickly, Yosh. Don't pull over so quickly, Yosh.
It's
You got
okay.
it. You
It's
got
okay.
it.
Hey, John.
You
Hey, John.
got
Hold
it.
your tongue real quick.
You got it.
I got 2 questions, and then you can go. It's okay.
Got it. You got
All
it.
So my 7 is first question. I put, does he make the part of the house for Pharaoh's daughter because of the alliance, or do you guys think it's because he likes Pharaoh's daughter more than the other wives?
I went a different route. Yo,
A lot of you didn't pay that much attention.
Yeah, I'm with Josh. I didn't really notice all that, but
I went a different. I
think
saw
it
it.
would be the alliance.
I'll leave it
That's what
up
I
to
would've
Hop. Hop, do you have a response for that? Because I actually have that in my notes, in a sense. What I thought, rather. This man over here bugging.
Hey, Hop, I like it. Hey, that was the answer I was looking for, Hop.
He's
I
bugging.
appreciate it. This man came home and started stripping. Thought it was a Saturday night. I don't have no ones.
This nigga's retarded. I hate you. Just want you to know it.
Why you gotta hate me, man? You know what I mean? I feel like hate's such a strong word.
What he's in?
You're right. I loathe you.
He's stripping right now. Leave him alone. This nigga got a bra on.
Can't hear you.
Got a bra
Can't hear
on.
you. You good.
I said when I seen it, but I didn't write about it. I just personally felt like, I don't know. If I had to choose, I'm gonna say the alliance. I felt like, he wanted to stay in good dealings, especially with that because Pharaoh conquered some of the stuff that they actually took over with marrying her.
Chapters. You're going to more
Yeah,
chapters.
I mean,
Okay.
but listen,
So for that,
That's fine. Okay. Then my second question is
cheating.
I said
cheating. It's a question.
Not cheating. Talked about last week.
Oh, I know I was talking.
We've been mad disrespectful today, yo. That's crazy. Just because you was late. If you be on time, you
Wasn't
worry
late.
about that.
I wasn't late.
You came in here after me and Davon was in here. That's all I know.
According to the video starting, when the video started, everybody in here was looking at the screen except for one person. I'm not gonna say who. I didn't say you. I said one person.
I just said I was been ready. I can't say I was been ready. I can't say that.
You're the only one that responded to that.
Black guy.
Nobody else was paying attention.
What was your second question? I apologize for his rudeness, Scrub.
My second question, I put, he built God's house with gold. Do you guys think there's a reason he built his own house with bronze?
Oh, no, I did see that, but I didn't write about it.
I didn't write about it.
But
Me neither.
when I seen it,
I feel like, you know what I mean? Nah,
when I
I think you should have wrote about it. You would have had those as notes.
No, he's talking about you, but then
I'm not talking to you because
James. I'm talking to James.
You ain't gonna throw my name in there like I had something.
But he's talking to you, that's why. So he just had to come up with some name. He wasn't talking to you.
James,
Go ahead, Hop. What were you gonna say?
James talking.
For me, like I seen it, but I didn't go in depth enough to write about it because I felt like his reasoning was like, I can't let nothing be nowhere near what this is. And I just left it at that. When I read it, I was like, oh, okay. So that was my whole.
Nope, I don't. I really don't.
Oh, those are my two questions.
That's it? All right. I'll take over from here. Yo, don't pull over so quickly. Hold tight, baby.
You got it. I'm almost home.
All right, my God. My first point in 1 Kings 7 is verses 1-8. So I put patience and determination. Romans 5:3-5 says, suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame. If you have ever built anything upright, you understand the precision and patience it takes not only to build it, but to make sure it stands on its own. I have witnessed the process of building a two-story home, and even a flat level house. Oddly enough, it takes a few months for these style homes to be built these days. Although it may take several months, it is often said that today's homes are simply thrown up or thrown together quickly. To the person who is expected to move in to the house, however, these few months don't seem so quick. Patience and impatience often battle within people who are moving into a newly built home. We have all waited for one thing or another in our own life. And for me, the waiting period is not a fun one. See, it takes several months to build a flat or two-story home, and yet many of the pieces are delivered already assembled. Not only are some of the pieces pre-assembled, but the tools used to assemble all pieces are heavy duty and or motorized and powered by electricity. Take all of these elements and throw them aside. There were no motorized and electric powered tools. Pieces were not pre-assembled prior to delivery. These were not flat level or two-story buildings, but 45 feet tall buildings. Homes today might be a bit over 1,000 square feet from side to side and front to back. However, the house of the Forest of Lebanon was 11,250 square feet side to side and front to back. There should be no wonder why it took so long to complete years. Consider, consider Solomon's patience and determination. Many of us find it tough to wait 13 days, 13 hours, and even 13 minutes for something we want and are looking forward to obtaining. I could imagine a Solomon today would ask, prior to building, so about how long is all this going to take? Upon receiving an answer of about 13 years, I'd like to believe the remaining responses will all be questions like, say what? 13 years? Did you mean to say years or months? Is there a way to speed up the process? What can we hold off on to get it a shorter time frame? So you telling me I have to wait 13 years? What if I don't make it to see 13 more years? Why do I have to suffer like this? We must recall Romans 5:4. There is much to gain from what we consider suffering: endurance, patience, character or virtue, and hope or alertness.
Wait,
Be
wait, say that last part again one more time. Back up like 2 sentences.
Why you give me that?
Bro, just back up 2 sentences. I want to make sure I heard what you said right.
Oh man.
What if I don't make it to see 13 more years? Why do I have to suffer like this? We must recall Romans 5:4 says, there is much, my bad, we must recall in Romans 5:4, there is much to gain from what we consider suffering: endurance and patience, character and virtue, and hope and alertness. Be mindful we're going through that. But be mindful when going through that, we understand it is a building time. Your suffering is going to build you. My next point is verses 2 to 3. Perfect fit or perfect match. 150 feet long, 75 feet wide, 45 feet tall, and cedar on all sides. Cedar trees can grow to be between 165 and 200 feet tall and between 7 and 13 feet wide in diameter. This is a tree that not only grows well, but also lasts. Knowing what the size would be, Solomon was wise enough not to pick just any tree, but the best fit or best match. He picked a tree that would not call for multiple attachments to meet the 150-foot length of the palace. He picked a tree that would endure the changes of weather throughout the seasons. In other words, he picked a tree that oh, he picked a tree that would allow his palace to stand and stand the test of time. A perfect fit, a perfect match. We must use similar wisdom in our decision making. We are not to pick and choose any piece, but the best piece for the puzzle. Not the most convenient person for the job, but the best fit for the job. Of course, there will be some situations when the decision is easily made, and other situations that may require some prayer and fasting to choose a best match. We ought to ask for more of God's wisdom, not because we believe in doing so we will reap benefits similar to Solomon. However, we are to ask for more wisdom to avoid making a wrong, bad choice or decision in the midst of trials and tribulations. My next point is verse 8. So here's where I went a different route, Scrub. So it says Solomon's own palace where he would live in the other courtyard behind the hall was of similar construction, and he made a house like this hall for Pharaoh's daughter, his wife. So I said, for her or for him? Solomon built a palace for him to live in that was behind the hall where he would judge. He then made a house for his wife, Pharaoh's daughter, that was similar to the hall. Was her house built for her pleasure and benefit or for his? Did he want her to feel special that she had her own house? Or did he build her a house so that he wouldn't be distracted while working and judging? Maybe there was another reason. What do you think? So that's the route that I took with it. Personally, I felt because his house was, in a sense, attached to where he was going to be working and judging, it was and I'm speaking for me, I don't want you to bother me when I'm working type situation. When I'm working, I want to focus on what I'm doing. And especially in this judging, I don't want to misjudge because I just had a spout with you. I had a conversation with you. I'm thinking about you, whatever the case may be. So I want you over there. You have your own space. And granted, we can be in the same house at the same time, certain times. But when I'm working, nah. And it's gonna be sometimes when I'm working late and I just want to go to sleep. I don't want to, know what I mean? So that's what I thought, my personal. Um, and then my
That man said,
last,
in other words, leave me alone, bucko.
hey, Bucko, she just hopped in the car. Mind your neck, Bucko. She just hopped in the car. Don't get slapped while driving. That is a thing these days. It's different than DWI.
Just know if you start seeing my head go like this and I'm trying to
Hey,
weed,
I
that's the
know, I
problem.
know what happened. I won't tell her. I won't call the cops on her, by the way.
He said he won't call the cops on you, by the way.
Hey Yoshi, if it does happen, just hang up because I don't like explaining to family members what happened.
So you gonna take my line? I hear you.
Listen, your brother's right here, and I don't feel like being the one to explain to him what happened because he wasn't looking at the phone.
My last point for 7, my last point for 7 is verse 29. And on the frames between the cross pieces were lions, oxen, and cherubim. On the cross pieces, there was a pedestal above and below the lions, and oxen were wreaths of hanging work. So I put adorned. Lions, which represent strength or power, even king or kingship. Oxen, which represent work and help for the person, and the ox work together to accomplish a goal. Cherubim, which represent angels and peace. These 3 items or figures were found on the water carts. These figures were chosen as a representation, in my opinion, of what Solomon believed in and stood for, or model. What 3 things? My bad, not my last point. What 3 things would you choose to model or show that represent you, what you stand for, and or believe in, and or try to model after? What are your 3 things? So I'll stop here before I go to my
That's a
last point.
question.
Oh my gosh, it's you, yo. Ooh wee baby. Yo,
You go
wrong.
first. What's your 3? What's your 3? You go first. Yeah,
So
you
you,
didn't expect it.
so
You didn't
so that
expect
can
it to go
help you
like
with
this,
the
huh?
question.
You didn't
So
expect
that
it to go like this, huh?
no, I'm good with it. Whenever I ask a question, I always have an answer. So don't do that. I'm just asking, are you trying to gauge what the question is based on my answer because you didn't hear me or you weren't listening?
I heard you. I heard you.
So then why would you ask what's the question? Can you repeat that?
I'll ask for a repeat,
I didn't
teach.
ask you to
I'll ask
repeat
for a
it. I
repeat.
just asked, was that a
Look at
question?
these dudes. You look at these dudes.
He's
I just asked,
driving.
was
He
that
has
a
to
question?
mute.
That's all I asked.
Solomon chose lions.
That's 29, right?
This nigga's retarded, Joe.
You said I wasn't listening. I just want to make sure it's 29, right?
Go, hey, look. Hey,
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
verse 29, Solomon chose lions, oxen, and cherubim, which to me, lions is king and kingship, oxen is like help and work, and the cherubim represents peace and angels. And so for me, those were like his, what do you call that thing? Almost like a monarch, what people have there for their house, their family, whatever, like that. That's what I looked at. That's what I saw when I read this. And so for me, to answer your question, sir, my 3: heart, a laughing emoji. Hey, you asked.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say
Hey, your
nothing.
face said a lot. A heart for love, a laughing emoji just because I enjoy laughter.
You joke a lot. Just say it. It's
I
okay.
said because I enjoy laughter.
Because you joke around a lot. You play a lot.
I said because I enjoy laughter. I'm the most serious person you know.
Oh, wow. So now you're going to lie on the day we study. I hear you.
Lying.
I will gladly tell you that every single time. I'm the most serious person you know.
I hear you.
Nigga said every time. Let you know right off that, Bucko.
My third one was just strength in itself. So a muscle, and I guess I used emojis, but strength in so many different ways, just because I couldn't figure out a third one. The first two automatic: heart, love, and laughter. Two big things to me because they represent the family. So I had to go with those two. And then the other one, I thought about going mental, so a chess piece, but you asked me a question. You asked me a question.
I didn't even say nothing.
And upon my answer,
here.
I'm getting nothing but facial expressions.
I
So
can't
although
even.
you may not be verbally saying
I'm
anything,
eating.
so the pizza tastes nasty. You should stop eating it.
I'm hungry.
Cook. You home. The third one is just strength, a muscle.
No, after.
Now, since you heard my three, sir, you can continue on. You have three. Or anyone who has three. You may not be ready.
I'm definitely going to take the first two. Hard because, hey, I wouldn't call it stealing.
Borrowing.
So mimicking.
You own those now. You own the laughing emoji and the heart.
I went first. Hey,
mimicking.
Asked me to go first.
I didn't ask you to go first.
I said he asked me to go first.
Oh, I was about to say I asked for a repeat, coach.
Don't worry about it.
But I would definitely take heart because same thing. It's a lot of love within me, the missus, and these two children that look like us. Laughter because I stay on goof mode. I'm always joking around in the house, especially with the kids.
You are one of the jokesters in the group.
I'm glad you could say that.
Everybody want to be a comedian.
That's so much growth right there, yo. Amen. Amen. I'm gonna just go ahead and say amen right there, just because of the growth.
And you the serious one, yo.
That's why I'm saying amen. Because I'm the serious one. Yeah.
And then the last one, a part of me wants to say like balance or peace, but I know I can't choose. Like I know I can't go with both, so I'm kind of in between those two.
That's kind of what I did with the last. That's why I picked strength. I'm like, strength in what though? But I couldn't narrow it down, so I just figured a muscle.
So Yosh,
I'm gonna give it to you this way. That.
He said 3 and you chose 4, so I'm gonna need you to narrow it down just a little bit more for me.
Hey, Yosh, make sure he has 3 first before he tells you to narrow yours down.
I got my 3. Don't worry about it.
Okay, my bad.
I got my 3.
I'm gonna choose the Zen sign.
The Zen sign. Okay, Phil.
My place of Zen.
Okay, Phil Jack.
It says to do that, to let out the steam.
You about look at you stopping yourself. Get out.
Sir Ricky Bobby, would you like to go next? Because Mr. Davon over there says he has his. You might need.
Why would I go next? I'm still thinking.
That's why I asked. I figured you were still thinking. I figured you weren't ready yet.
Pop, you ready? You got yours, or
that should be one right there. He wasn't ready. If you could put that into an emoji or like a symbol, that fits.
There's the person that was right there.
Time symbol.
Time symbol? Is it going backwards? Have a time symbol and is the arrow going in the wrong direction?
I was about to say going backwards. Frozen?
Frozen time. I like that.
And you're a serious one.
I'm going along with Yosh. I'm trying to help this man. He said he's not ready.
All right, so my 3, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna steal John's too. Yoshi can say what he wants. I'm gonna steal.
Wow.
You talking about me? They still on
So
your stuff.
he was talking about me. And he's
Yo,
gonna
I
start
got my
right.
3.
I hear you, Bucko.
I got my
hear you.
3.
Wow.
I got my 3. All right, so I'm gonna steal the heart because family. Gotta love the family. You gotta go to laughing emoji. 'Cause I'm one of the most jokesters out of all of us.
Oh, I thought you was going the other route. Wow. Okay, cool.
I mean, unlike you, I don't have to lie about it. I know I'm a joke.
I am
It's
not
okay.
lying. I
My
enjoy
bad.
laughter. I'm just serious. I'm
I hear
seriously,
you.
naturally, I'm serious. I just enjoy when other people laugh. It makes me feel good inside.
I
hear
am joke man. Yeah, that's me.
Try to tell
Now
the
I'm gonna
truth.
hold you, yo.
You can stop
If
making
you
the
ask
crazy
it,
faces like nobody
if you
see
ask,
you. I see you. You keep
if you
cooking.
ask the
That's what you
missus,
do.
if you ask it, yo, is Josh ever really serious? This time she's serious, but for the most part, the dude is always in joke mode. He's always doing something stupid.
Needs help. That's what she would say. He needs help.
First stage is
But
admitting
so my third one, when you asked the question, I went to Google and immediately typed what is the meaning or what does a gorilla symbolize?
That man's cheating.
Why I typed that in, don't ask me, but that's the first thing that came to my mind.
You think you
Harambe.
ape?
Bottom.
Harambe.
Oh, no,
I'm
no, no.
Harambe. R.I.P. man. Rest in peace. But no, I'm gonna have to go with a gorilla because it symbolizes communication, connection, loyalty, leadership, compassion, and dignity.
So you
You
gonna
don't even
put all
believe
the
that. That's
you
what's
gonna
off
put
of. That's what's off.
Wow.
That's off of
This man
Wiki.
is
He got that off of Wiki.
disrespectful.
He
Yo,
got that
this
off of
is
Wiki.
Google, yo. What do you want from me?
That man is disrespect all around disrespectful.
Yo, I almost left the Zoom call. I almost left. Just went on about my night.
Yeah.
Wow, disrespectful for no reason.
Because you didn't even know what it meant before, so you had to
Hey
Google
Chris,
it.
you see my screen? Give you the time of day. That's what I'm going with. Hey Chris, you got your 3. I got my
A
That man
gorilla.
said, "You don't even believe that yourself." So much disrespect.
Communication, loyalty. Can you run down that list for me one more time? Communication, loyalty,
communication and connection,
connection.
loyalty, which is it all ties back to family.
I'm listening. I'm just trying to process. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Loyalty, leadership. That's Kings right there. That's what we've been talking about. But I'll get into that later on in my notes.
Oh, excuse me.
Leadership, compassion, and accountability.
Compassionate. Okay. I'm accountable. I'm with it, baby. I love it. Gorilla. Gorilla D. Gorilla D.
Niggas retarded.
Well, I'm with you.
Harambe.
I'm with you, and I gotta be a name call. I mean, I can't be me. I gotta be something else. And I'm trying to be with you.
I accept.
I'm trying to be on you.
Nice.
Trying to help me, help you, help me, help you. Come on now.
I'm trying to show my communication and connection and be
You
loyal.
didn't choose gorilla.
No. I'm trying to show that I'm connecting with you because you're connecting. I got it. Communication. I can use my communication. I didn't say I'm a gorilla. I'm a muscle. I mean, I'm a muscle.
I hear you.
You keep making all these faces. You had 3 people to go. Are you ready? Do you have a 3?
I think I'm
I'll
ready.
get to my last point. That man over there cooking, so I don't know what he's gonna do.
I'm talking about not even talking. Yeah, I always gotta put me in the middle.
No, I'm just saying. I know he's not ready.
Just saying that's the problem.
I know he's not ready. I'm not sure if you're gonna be ready.
My first one is gonna be Tetelestai. I would like have that written somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
Man, it's finished. My second.
Wow. Do you need a praise break? So you get more time?
My second
And you the serious one, yo.
I'm trying to help him out. I said, you're not listening to me. I am trying to help this man out.
Oh, that would probably be a little peace symbol.
I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I was always taught as a young one, it's not good to talk food in your mouth. Very disrespectful.
I didn't interrupt you when you was talking.
I told you I'm not trying to. I was just letting you know what I was taught as a kid.
Look at this.
Second one would be the little peace symbol.
Wally Mart.
Oh,
That's dangerous.
I'm not a Walmart.
Third would be
You at Target?
Peace symbol. Like peace symbol.
I'm in
like
Burlington.
peace. Like the circle with that. Okay. Because you're peaceful. Yes.
peace symbol.
He plays so much.
I'm asking him a question.
Hey, yo,
like,
you find that in like a size large or extra large?
And then the last one would be
this dude. Yo, this is awesome. Yo, okay, hold on. Yo, people gonna look at this and say, "Yo, are these dudes serious?"
Yo, the only reason I'm in this store walking around is because we was having to get midgets some more clothes.
Yo, people gonna look at this and say, "Yo, this dude is over here cooking. This dude went to the store."
I don't know what my third
I
one
have
would
a
be.
whole
I only got two.
family that gotta eat. If I make them wait till we finish,
yo, I can't.
I may not even make it out.
I can't speak my piece. I can't say.
You don't have to explain yourself, James. I don't know.
Yeah, but
why
you know
say
it's on record, and you talk about people gonna talk about what's going on. So I'm letting the people know when they see the video. I am listening with the AirPod, fully aware of what's being said, and waiting my turn.
You got it.
But I got 4 kids they gotta eat. You know what I mean?
My bad, sir. You got it.
I don't have a third. I just got those two.
I just wait till tomorrow to go get it.
Okay, so we're not
Dude
gonna
just
follow
say I
the
don't have a
rules.
third. I just got the two.
No,
make
I
up
don't
our
have a
own
third
rules.
one.
No.
All right.
You
So
made
my
faces.
third
You
would
can't make up
be-
your own rules as we
You
go.
said I got 3?
Okay, I got that one. I third one. Dang, I mean, let me get it out. Y'all
Is
staring
it a
at me.
clock? Is it a clock
So you-
going in reverse?
You know the little picture with the mom and holding the baby? I would put that up there because, you know.
Are you the mom or the baby?
I love my mom. I love my mom. You know?
Oh, okay. So, okay, cool.
That's why I love.
Yo, I can't stand John, yo.
That's all I got. You wouldn't let me end it on 2. So you got what you got.
He had 3. We're following his pattern.
Do you have My Cousin Across Your Shoulder, sir?
Yeah, you do. He's a little. He's
like you finna John Cena. Anyway, hey, Hop, it's on you, man.
Wow. I mean,
I'm with it, baby.
I don't even understand. I'm sure everyone already knows. So my first one is gonna be not just the laughing emoji, not just the laughing emoji.
No, rolling the crying joint.
Yes.
Because you play.
Is that all 3 of yours?
Yo.
No.
I mean, I'm okay if that's all 3 of yours.
No.
Like
No,
so
it's not.
serious.
I want to change my last one. I want the emoji too.
You just said the baby emoji. What's wrong, yo? Yo, this.
I want to change mine. Oh no! I got it.
It's not your turn.
I want the thumbs up emoji. I want that instead of laughing one. That's what I want. I want a thumbs up. What? I changed my answer. You can change your answer.
So wait. Hop. I on his behalf, I apologize. I'm just curious. Since you're going with the thumbs up emoji, which one are you removing? Because we only have 3.
The baby one.
So
I would hope the baby.
No, you don't love your mother.
Oh God.
No, you don't love your mother. That's
she knows
crazy.
I love her already. She already knows I love her.
Yo, everybody who's watching this video is gonna be like, "Yo, can we send our regards to this man?"
She knows I love her. I forgot we was recording, but at least they know it's me, authentic me. You know, they didn't get nobody fake. You know.
Hop, I'm so sorry for the
interruption.
You're not the ring. You're not the ringleader, Davon. You can't apologize on my behalf.
It's
That's Ezra's job.
Hey, I mean, everybody should apologize. You should be the one apologizing because you interrupted that man. You gave your two.
I was going to, but then you did it for me.
Apologize to that
But then
man.
you did it for me. I was going to, but then you did it
Apologize.
for me, and then Dave on did it for me. I was like, he don't need 3 apologies. That's kind of overkill, you know. So I was just like,
Oh.
Y'all need help, man.
Yo, she's special, yo.
Yo, I heard apologize. I immediately thought of Bad Boys too. Apologize. Apologize to that man. My bad. My bad.
Man picked two, pushed him for the third one, picked the third one, heard Hop's first one, and said, no, I want to change my mind twice.
you never said we couldn't change our minds.
You had time to think about what you wanted to say. That was the whole purpose of making you wait.
But doesn't mean you can't change your mind.
It's all you, dude. The laughing, rolling, crying emoji.
I don't know why that's not but that's my part. I mean,
yo. Ezra played too much, yo.
I'm being
I would have to go with the
That'll be good.
The ox. The strength. Oh yeah. And see, I was gonna go with the heart, but the heart,
just go
either
with
the heart or
Everyone
like the
starts to
family
do it.
emoji.
Go
The
with
chef
another.
emoji.
Go
The
with
chef emoji.
another.
See, but I don't want it just to be family because it's not. Well, family, yeah, because it extends to outside my immediate. So yeah,
Just go with another.
I was gonna go with peace, but what?
This is in.
Hey, just go with another laughing emoji, like
What?
crying, because that represents you.
What? The sad part is you the one playing since we've been on.
Since we've been
Let's
on,
go with
and
another
been
heart
serious since
emoji.
we got on.
I know, man. I mean, I
before
don't
we
get
got
it.
on.
Those are my three, man.
I told you I enjoy laughter, baby. I did not lie about that. I did not
didn't
lie.
say you did.
But you said I'm the one playing.
But you are
I'm
definitely
trying to be
not serious right now. You're playing.
I'm being so
Why
serious.
would I pick three? Why would I pick three?
No, well, I mean,
Why would I pick three laughing emojis?
that's fine. Pick one laughing emoji, your Hartford family, and then another laughing emoji.
Nah, I can't take the ox out. I can't do that.
Why not?
Because the ox would be more realistic.
With it. That's the problem.
In the midst,
I am serious.
in
That's
the
what
midst
y'all don't
of
understand.
playing, in the midst of joking, right? If you ask anyone, they're gonna tell you, like, not even beating or bragging on myself, but I would be like a centerpiece within the family of pieces.
So why the ox then?
Because the ox is the ox. Well, you want me to say SSA? I mean, take your pick. You know, I was trying not to use that word. We on record. You know what I mean? Everyone not gonna understand that because that's what. But oxen, because they're strong, they carry they carry.
Donkey.
Okay. All right. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Oh, they carry. Oh, you're a horse. Oh, you should have just said that.
This nigga's retarded.
I mean,
Why
if you were in elementary, then for Davon, I'll give him the horse because he in elementary. He's still trying to figure out those differences.
Don't try to
No,
change
you don't have to defend your.
See,
You don't have to defend your answer.
Now
You
you see
wanted
why
the
I
horse.
wanted two laughing emojis.
You wanted the horse.
Yo, you just got
Why-
mad at Chris.
Did
for
I
trying
did
to
I
change his.
did I
How you gonna
originate
change
that?
yours?
Did I originate that? I didn't change mine. You chose to say horse. So I said for Davon, because we don't know there's
But you're trying
differences,
to
I'll
change
say
it.
horse.
We're trying to change it.
No, for you. I didn't say for me, for Davon.
For Davon.
You gotta listen, that's the problem. You just talking. You gotta take time to listen.
Hey, Hop, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
No, I can't. Gotta cook.
two laughing emojis. I think you should get two laughing. I mean, that's just my thought, my 2 cents, but I'm not his, so it's okay. My last point is verse 36. It says he engraved cherubim, lions, and palm trees on the plates of its braces and on its frames, wherever each had space with encircling wreaths. So I said, different adorning. On the frame was engraved cherubims, lions, and palm trees. So this part or area of the cart did not display oxen. However, lions and cherubims still were seen. Palm trees, I would have to say, resemble growth, relaxation, and recall there were palms thrown on that day when Jesus rode on the donkey, Palm Sunday. I accept his palms or his palm trees. And that's my King 7.
Yep. Go ahead and dibby dabble. All right, so I have a note for chapter 7. I put the circle improves verses 13 through 15. I put he already created a circle that he established within the government and by choosing certain people. And now he also invites another king who is also wise, has knowledge and abilities for what he needs. So you continue to grow your circle of like-minded, trustworthy people, and the next person is also wise. This is what I imagine when I think of selecting business partners, people to study with like Bob, and people that I want in my circle. Though we are all different, think differently at times, we all have the same goal or goals in mind. We're goal oriented, and we are all likewise people that we all want to succeed and want to have a great circle around us. And that's my 7.
So
Oh, nobody's going for 8. All right. Oh, we got
my
it for
first point
okay.
for 7 is the best for the best. I couldn't help but realize that Solomon had the best for the best. Now, when him and Hiram made their deal, it was on the basis of a transaction, basically. You provide me food and substance, and I will provide you with cypress, cedar, and make rafts, and make sure my servants bring to you what you need. Well, sounds good, and everybody gets what they need. However, when I read this chapter in verses 8 through 9, I realize that it's not servants or hired workers, but Hiram himself working in and on the temple. Verse 14 talks how it's in Hiram's bloodline to be skilled in this area. This is when I realized that the best is done for the best. Hiram was the best at this specific work, and so servants and hired workers just weren't good enough to do this job, as it is dedicated for Yahweh to dwell. So the best had to work for the job, for the best there ever will be in God. And my last point is it's in the blood. As stated in my first point, verse 14 talks about how it's in Hiram's bloodline, the ability to do this work. That took me right to us as men as well. There are some things that we have been blessed with as a Williams family, and it's just in our bloodline. I remember I remember a reunion. I remember a reunion or family gathering and there was old versus new school. And I realized that even our uncles could play ball. To go further, closer to studying, we come from a family of prayer warriors, and it's in our bloodline to know to pray and bombard the kingdom of heaven and go boldly before the throne of grace. Then there's the things in our bloodline from our fathers and mothers like Hiram. We have teachers and builders and directors and mentors, and these things we ought to work best for the best, for the upbuilding of his kingdom. You have got to do what you do because nobody else can do it to perfection like you were born to do so. There may be others, but no one can duplicate you, for you were created as an original. Then there's most important in the bloodline of Yeshua Yahweh. We were given to be prophets, evangelists, apostles, pastors, teachers, and if nothing else, servants. Any way you look at it, slice it any way you desire. There's gifts within every bloodline, and those ought to be used for his kingdom, and those will provide ways and things you need. And that's my 7.
Okay, cool.
So nobody want to go? I'll
My
go.
first, you pulled over, Yosh?
Yes, I'm pulled over.
Have at it.
All right, so I don't know why you locked on me, Jackwagon. So my first note for chapter 8 is from tent to temple. I'll put verse 1. So finally the temple is completed, and Solomon gathers all the elders and leaders only to bring all the elders and leaders only to bring the ark from the tent of his father, that the tent his father had made for the tent to the temple. What the heck? From the tent his father had made for the temple to what is his father wanted to make for the. I don't know what the heck I put right there. I don't know why that's looking like that. Basically, he brought it from the tent that his father had made to the temple, which is what his father wanted to make, but was unable to. To me, this shows a side that as children, sometimes we can be anxious and ready to move in our own way at times, disregarding what someone else has done, or feeling as though as we can.
Hold on, man. He logged off, or he got kicked out, whatever. Phone died, something. There you go.
My bad. Somebody else started calling. I thought I hit ignore, but I didn't. I accidentally hit accept. I put this shows a side that as children, sometimes we can be anxious and ready to move in our own way at times, disregarding what someone else has done or feeling as though we can do better or could have done better, and move in haste. Solomon, of course, waited till the temple was done, then moved the ark where he could have just let the ark stay in his home till the temple was done. But he left it in his father's house, then moved it where it belonged, and originally was supposed to be where it belonged, and originally where it was supposed to be or designed to be, and had not only the elders, but all of the leaders come and see. Sometimes just have to be patient and respect and reverence what has been done before us while fulfilling our own. My next point is I put let him work slash step aside, verse 10 through 11. No one could stand or minister because the presence of the cloud and the glory of Yahweh filled the house. I absolutely love when this happens. I'm sure at one point or another we have all been in a powerful service where the power, presence, and glory of Yahweh is evident and is evidently in the room. He has made himself known in the house, and it's just wonderful. Yet someone or sometimes a pastor still feels the need to minister or get the word out, which may be a good word or even a powerful word. But for me, at least, not sure about any of y'all, but at least for me, I feel as though that this act is kind of selfish. Now, I don't know what the man of God may have heard or if God has said anything to him in the middle of this powerful move. However, once again, like I said, for me, when he makes it evident like that, there shouldn't be anything else that needs to be done, said, or anything at that point. At least in my head and in my eyes, just allowing those that are in the congregation, those that are in the room, and those that came to that service, just allowing them to sit and bask in the residue of what just happened and what is left of his glory and his presence. I put just get out the way and let him work and do what truly only he can do. And then my last one is a question. As far as for the temple, do you think that if Adonijah would have ended up as king, do you think that the temple would have been built? Like if he would have had the temple built?
I don't
And
think so.
that's my 8.
To answer the question, no, just from the simple fact that I mean, when you think about it, David wasn't even allowed to build a temple. I mean, God had his reasons that we talked about in the previous study, but from my point of view, if David wasn't allowed, then there's no way Adoniah was gonna do it because he wasn't even promised to be king. So even if he happened to be in the seat, I don't think God would have blessed that.
Okay. So I guess in my head, just thinking about Adonijah's character, like, because I know David wasn't able to do it because it wasn't meant for David to do. And I know it was set. I know it was set for Solomon. Just in my head, like just as far as Adonijah's character and stuff like that, and how we seen him act, and even trying to go even further to try to get the throne. Just in my head, like, do you think if he would have ended up with the throne, do you think he would have built the temple, or do you think he would have just?
I get what you're saying. No, that's a good question. I'm gonna let somebody else answer that. I gotta think about it now.
For me, I say a temple, and I'm gonna go with the notion of what you just said, Yosha. His character, he was about him, or at least the what we've read so far, in Kings. It was about him being broadcast, him receiving the limelight, everybody praising him. So with that, I think he would have wanted to build a temple. Well, I think he would have wanted to build a palace, build a castle in a sense. Um, Not necessarily a temple for God. I don't think he would have done it for David's sake. Hey, my father wanted to build a temple he didn't get to, so I'm gonna do it in his stead. No, I personally think because of his what we've read about him thus far, um, it would have been more of a man. I'm gonna have me the baddest thing out here. Only thing is, would it have been built with the right material? Would he have been wise enough to have it built with cedar and will he have put gold or bronze in it? He would have wanted it lavish, yes, I believe, but would he have gone about it the right way?
Yeah.
Scrub, hop.
So based off what Hop said,
Yeah.
for me, based off what Hop said, I didn't even think about it until Hop just said it. So I don't know that building a temple wasn't just dependent on what Solomon desired. He had to have the connections to get that cypress and stuff. So after Hop said that, it made me think, would Adonijah have decided to continue in a peace treaty or bond with Hiram anyway? Because without that, then I guess it revolts back to what Hop said. It would have been a temple, but not the temple.
Yeah. That was my 8.
Cool. My first point in 1 Kings 8 is verses 1 through 3. So I put to help or bear witness. Grand opening. What? The grand opening of a or in session, or I put grand opening in session. When there is a new establishment, whether store, restaurant, park, or other type of business or facility, there is usually a grand opening and or cutting of the ribbon. During this process, some bigwigs, like city officials and maybe even some well-known stars, come around for the opening. Here is here was an example of a grand opening. And instead of cutting the ribbon prior to opening the doors, the witnessing of the arrival and placement of the main piece or finishing piece is what took place. Those who came around were the big wigs of that time. My next note is verses 10 and 11. So I said saturated with his presence. The Bible tells us that the Lord inhabits our praise. Inhabit means to live in or dwell in, to exist or be situated within. So the Lord lives and exists in our praise. When the praises go up, the blessings come down. In my eyes, worship is a stronger and or higher form of praise. If praise is where he lives, worship is where he shows up and shows out. This is why we are told we should worship him in spirit and in truth. When we praise, he enters the atmosphere or room, building. When we worship him, he saturates the atmosphere or room, building. The priests were worshiping him in the holy place, and the cloud filled his temple. Not a cloud, but the cloud. The cloud of glory, his fullness and spirit, saturated and consumed the Lord's temple. The temple was so full of his spirit, the priests were no longer able to keep ministering and worshiping. Although nice things, big things, and the best things were in the temple, his spirit wasn't. One could have the nicest, biggest, and best things, and without his spirit and glory, it would be empty. Don't just invite him in, usher him in. Invite is short term, but one who is ushered in feels like they can stay for as long as is wished. Allow him to fill you that you have no control and you can't do as you wish. Although a great thing in ministering, the priest couldn't even do that once his glory filled the place. It was like God said, all right, priest, thanks, but I got it from here. Allow God to say, all right, my good and faithful servant, my child, thanks, but I got it from here. And my last point is verse 54. It says, when Solomon finished praying this entire prayer and petition to the Lord, he got up from kneeling before the altar of the Lord with his hands spread out toward heaven. So I said, ready to receive. Solomon blessed, thanked, and prayed a prayer that consumed 42 verses. Upon finishing, he rose from his knees with his arms spread out and up. This posture is one of surrendering and readiness. When one who enjoys roller coasters rides one, they raise their hands, showing lack of fear. Not only a lack of fear, but a surrendering to the feeling that's about to take place. When one has done a crime and sees a cop, if they admit to the crime, they hold both hands out. This is a sign of surrendering, saying, take me and do what you will with me. I'm ready. Solomon too was displaying a sense of surrender and readiness to receive not only what he prayed for, but also whatever else God was going to give him. When you pray, are you ready to receive? Although may, Although we may immediately say yes to this, do we display it or just say it? For actions speak louder than words. In order to be ready to receive, one must display an act of surrendering. We are quicker, we are quicker to receive gifts from God than we are to receive direction from the Lord. Be ye ready to receive and surrender. And that's my King's 8. Oh, girl.
All right,
All
cool.
right. Oh, okay.
So my point for 8 is I put the priests were not able to stand and minister. Oh how I would have oh how I would love to be here in this moment. It doesn't give much detail on what happened, but I can assume they were basking in the presence, praying and on their knees or on their faces. And I say, God, take me back. The only time I have felt this was years ago at a Winterfest at the Winterfest, the big concert tour with all types of bands and preachers. It was amazing. On this 3-day trip, the last day was like what I read in verse 11. The band was singing, my group was talking, joking, and singing, and they started to sing Oceans. And the whole atmosphere in the stadium changed. And I couldn't do anything but walk to the main floor, raise my hands, fall to my knees, and begin to worship, cry, and pray. That was one of the best feelings I've had. So I pray, God, put me in the environment again. Put me in a place where your presence is so thick I can't do anything but fall to my knees, cry, and worship you. And that is my 8.
All right.
I'll go. So
Oh,
now, you about to go, Chris?
no, go ahead. You got. I get to
Nah,
go twice.
because we both was sitting. We both was just sitting, so I was
You
gonna go.
good?
I
You
ain't,
He's
good?
not
Go
ready.
ahead, man. You
Remember,
good?
he's
you
a
sure?
clock.
Because
He's a clock.
I
Five.
can
He's
wait.
not ready.
He's
He's
a
not
clock
ready.
All right,
that goes the wrong way. It's okay.
all right. My first point for
So
8 is this is the example. Verse 5 says, King Solomon and all the assembly of Israel who were assembling with him in the presence of the ark were sacrificing sheep and oxen that could not be counted nor numbered because of abundance. So, in just reading this, we see the example that our sacrifice has got to be in such abundance that it cannot be counted. There was a time, and honestly, sometimes may still be, where if asked about my sacrifice, I could honestly count the amount, how many times I worshiped, and even how many times I gave. Maybe not since born, but since maybe within a week. Yet my prayer and goal is to thrive so much more in following the example that I literally can't count. That my sacrifice of praise is so often that counting how many times I have would be impossible, or that my giving would be so plentiful that it could not be numbered. I understand this is detailing their actions due to the Ark of the Covenant being bought in, and so it applies to us as we've been given our own Ark in Christ Jesus, who through his own actions enables us to be reconciled to God, which enables us to have his presence dwelling amongst and within us. Therefore, as they set the example, we ought to be sacrificing just as they did in abundance, only in the form of sacrificing today. My second point is his choice. I love how verse 16 says, From that day I brought out my people Israel from Egypt. I have not chosen a city from all the tribes of Israel to build a house where my name might be, but I have chosen David to be over my people Israel. God says, I have not chosen a property, but I have chosen a person. See, he says, I have not, which tells me it's his choice. I understand now as confirmation, if it was even needed, that David didn't build a house because that was not his mission. It all begins with what God chooses. It also helps with understanding that God is not going to be subjected and confined to within the walls of only a building. No property alone can house all of the presence and glory of God. He places his glory within every last believer. Therefore, there's movement and connection everywhere. He chose not a property, but a person. The question is, are we a person he can choose? There's responsibility behind being chosen, and it's imperative we understand this as well. Notice David was chosen. And then it says in verse 17 that David desired to build a house for Yahweh. David desired a house, and it wasn't his calling, but because the desire for the presence of God was there, God said, that's good, and that's what's in your heart. And so I will allow you to birth a child with this calling, his choice. And my last point is commanding. I read verses 23 to 53 and was actually amazed. Verse 30, for 30 verses, we read the prayer Solomon prayed aloud. After everything was completed, he went and lifted his hands and prayed to God. Just a nice reminder that once everything we were building is finished, to be sure to remember the God who gave it. Yet what got me is how all throughout these 30 verses, we continually see Solomon say how God must and he shall. And this struck me instantly. It was not so much a request he was making, as far as basically the way I took it, but more of a command. He didn't say, Lord, may you, or would you, but you must. So I got the feeling like, wouldn't that be something for someone to think they could command God to answer and or do that which they desire as if he owes them? However, what I realized is that Solomon had the wisdom to know that if I would align my speech with that of the king, then when I speak it, it must and shall come to pass. It's not because I have the power to move God, but that I'm telling God that he said he would do this. And because he said he would, I'm speaking in boldness and in faith because I know I serve a God that honors what he speaks. See, when you get to a place of understanding this, then you begin to change how you pray and what you say. Often we pray and question or wonder if he would or desires to. And this could be the exact thing blocking the release. The word says to come boldly before the throne. Without faith, you can't think you'll receive not one thing, the word says. If you truly had the faith and believed what you were saying, then you would find yourself commanding in the sense that you know that he must and will respond simply because he said he would. Be bold before the Lord in prayer and command in that sense. And that's my 8.
All right. So I got 1 point for 8, and I put assignment through the generations. Similar to as we read in chapter 4 with Solomon appointing special officials and governors, it is important to note that God also has special instructions for handling special items. Here in verse 6 through 9, we hear the priests carrying in the Ark of the Covenant inside the temple. Solomon was careful to obey what God had commanded about transporting the Ark of the Covenant that was only to be carried by priests. And then verse 22 to 52, we hear of Solomon's prayer of dedication. It mainly falls in 2 parts. One, praise of God for keeping his promises to David. And secondly, his call for God to honor praise as directed to this temple. I think it's important to note Solomon's reverence towards God for the purpose of the temple. But as you read through the prayer, it's always that Solomon knows God is so much bigger than just this temple. The temple is just a building being used by God. I believe this is understood as we read through verse 27. Solomon says, but will God really live on earth? Why even the highest heavens cannot contain you, how much less than the temple I have built. I love Solomon's plea to God to hear his cry. In studying, Solomon speaks of 7 petitions or pleas of God. Some say that can be viewed collectively as a sign of completeness, as it deals with several matters, some even foreshadowing which can speak of Solomon's wisdom. It speaks of judicial matters, defeat, drought, national disasters, and foreign prayer, battle, and exile. For me, this prayer is a continuing reminder for us to continue to call upon the mercies of the Lord during our prayer time. That our lives should be as that of the glorious temple we read about, one that glorifies the Lord. And that's my 8.
Quiet. Okay. I'll go ahead and go. So I just have, I have a point. So for chapter 9, I put verse 3. I just thought that this overall is dope, to the fact that Yahweh replies to Moses and said that I have consecrated this house to me. I put my name there. as well as my heart and my eyes, and they will be there forever. I think that this is amazing for Yahweh to say that I have put this here and it will remain there forever as long as you walk in my statutes and basically as long as you follow me. This is the first time I've ever heard or even seen within the Bible that Yahweh has said something like this. Also puts into perspective or brings the question, where would you love Yahweh to put his name, eyes, heart, and for him to consecrate? That's my 9.
Is that a question? Or you just...
Yeah, I'll pose it as a question to y'all. I'll put it there just like, yo, that'd be dope. Like, what would it, but yeah, I'll put the question out there to y'all.
Say that again.
His
What was the question?
promises? What
And
would...
for like what would or where would you like, because of course all of us would, I know all of us would want it to be like, I would like, for me, I know when I was ended up putting the question, I was like, of course, my house. So I was like, all right, yeah, it's the house. But it's like, I was like, where else would you love him to look and be like, I put my name, my eyes, my heart there, and I've consecrated, and it's forever.
Well, I mean, and the forever part is
Well, not necessarily forever. I know in the verse it says forever, but it's like, what would, I guess overall, is there a place or something that you would like for him to consecrate and have his heart, like his heart and eyes there?
I have 3.
What verse is that again?
Verse 3.
I want to read it.
For me,
Yeah.
I said his promises. And when I said his promises, to me, I automatically went to my gifts, my thing, the things that he has gifted in me. And from that, I went to, when you said forever, oddly enough, I went my kids, and then I went my marriage. And yeah, my kids and then my marriage. So his promises to me, my kids, and then my marriage.
Gotcha.
man, I like those 2.
I did 3.
You see how disrespectful he is.
You a red
I'm
form
saying,
today, huh?
I'm talking to James.
Red
I'm talking
form
to James.
today.
I'm talking to James.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him because I said
I
it
talked
to
to him
him.
first. I'm talking to him first.
Oh,
My bad. You go ahead and say your piece.
See how he disrespected you? He didn't say thank you or nothing. He was just like, I had more than 2. You know, you seen that?
And so I'm not in rare form. I said I said 3 because you said I like those 2. So for me, which 2 were you referring to? That's what I was talking about.
No.
Kids and their
The
wife.
first one Yeah, the first one I would have thought of as well, but the last two, it just didn't. I don't know. When he said it, it was like, damn. But when you say kids and wife, I was like, damn, that's not just good. That's beyond great. Like if you put it in your kids or your lineage, then it stays. You know what I mean?
So
It just continues even far after you gone. It
continues to just cycle through.
and so that's why I said my
wouldn't even
kids
thought-
before my wife. But I mean, I have a question. I have a question when we finish everything. When we finish 9 totally. But I'll wait for that.
That's a big 10-4, Davey.
It's in your notes right now.
It started within this session. Actually, it started with what Yosh was talking about, in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I would
That's my
steal
9.
everything. I would steal everything that Ezra said. I mean, he can't really. He summed it up good. You know, he summed it up good. I mean, the gifts. You know, because when you think about it, like in the context of 9, I mean, I don't have anything physically that I would want him to bless. So, I mean, it would be, the spiritual gifts, and then whenever wifey you want to show up. You know what I mean?
No, when she show up, the Bible says when a man finds her, you gotta go find that.
You gotta
You got to go get that, dog.
Hey, you gotta play people's
Go
favorite
get
game
that.
you gotta play people's
Go
favorite
get
game
it,
whenever
baby.
they playing Call of Duty. It's called hide and go
You
seek.
gotta get out
Right
there,
now she
dog.
hiding.
That's
You the one
why I
that's
said
out
it.
there.
I said it like that. See, y'all ain't picking up. See, we're recording it right now, so you never know who's seeing it. See, that's me right
What a way
there.
to cut.
Trying
Hey,
to find a way through it, boy. Hey, you gotta stay woke. You gotta stay woke
Hey,
around here,
man.
man.
Hey,
Stay
it was a
woke
long
around
day. Forgive
That
me.
nigga Chris took the meme of
here.
Chris just took the meme of that black dude.
Stay woke, baby. But yeah, I mean,
I dig it.
Ezra put together good. Hey, Ezra. Hey.
I'm not listening to you today because I don't know
Great
who
job.
you are. So
Great job.
Okay,
You can say.
thank you.
There you
Thank
go. There you go. See, you're growing. We're growing. That's all. That's what we're trying to do, right?
We're going places.
Davon, you gonna answer the question there or no?
I don't have a wife or kids, so I'm going.
Whoa! You got a kid. You got a kid. Let's back that on up real quick. You gotta claim your baby, brother. Claim your baby. But go ahead. What else you got?
Are you done? Or are you finished?
Go ahead, Birdman.
To your question earlier, did he have a laughing emoji next to in one of his 3?
I don't know. I don't remember his 3.
I had a thumbs up.
His
Remember?
3 kept switching. It went from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 3 somehow. So I mean,
it was a thumbs up. Wait. Is your computer on, Davon?
No, my computer's off. Computer's off. This nigga's computer's off, man. But yeah, no, I would have to go with the spiritual gifts. No wife, no kids. So, I mean,
what is yours, Josh? I know you said you thought about house, but
Yeah, like of course I want it within the house. But yeah, same thing. Yeah, same thing. Kids, of course. The missus. And yeah, same thing. Kids, missus, blessing. Or the promises. That are yes and amen.
I'll follow suit. So my first point in 1 Kings 9 is verse 3. The Lord said to him, I have heard your prayer and petition you have made before me. I have consecrated this temple you have built to put my name, therefore there forever. My eyes and my heart will be there at all times. So I said, did you hear me? This is a commonly used question between two or more people having a convo. When the person talking feels as though they are being ignored, the question after often arises. There have been plenty of times when my wife has asked me this question, and about 90% of the time, I have been able to reveal to her that I was. Although I was asked a yes or no question, I chose to prove my answer by telling her what she said to me. This leaves no room for a second question of, well, what did I say then?
You know it's coming.
You know?
Yes,
So I
sir.
figured I just beat her to the punch and just go ahead and fill in. Uh, in this verse, God tells Solomon, I have heard your prayer and petition, and even responds by telling him what he will do. We believe that God hears our prayers. However, what if he appeared to us and said, I have heard your prayer and petition? On the other hand, do you ever, my bad, on the other hand, have you ever, or do you believe you would ask God, did you hear me?
Oh, I'm asking. I know. I'm asking.
What?
I'm asking.
You say you're not asking?
I'm asking. I'm asking. But
Oh, you
I just
asking
wanna.
God, did you hear me?
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, I know you know everything, but just to make sure, you know that you know everything.
Okay. Scrub,
Being honest, I probably
I,
would.
I'm with you.
All right.
Um, that's a nigga got booty shorts on.
What's wrong with you, dude, yo? Hey, my
This
guy, you good, yo?
My
this nigga
bad.
got
My
Daisy
bad.
Dukes on.
You recorded, my God.
My bad.
Hey,
My bad.
them legs look good, my guy. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Oh wow.
Yo.
My bad.
Can't
You
give a
all right?
My
compliment.
bad.
You got an Amazon been having them legs worked out. And he got a haircut. Boy, you can't tell him nothing, boy. Look at him, boy.
Chris is out of pocket today, boy.
Hey, man, I mean, you know.
But
My bad, Buckles.
I I don't know. I can't honestly say I wouldn't, but I can't say that I would, if that makes sense.
You don't. Oh,
Sound like you took the cheap way out. That's what he's saying. He's
Easy
saying you
button?
took you
Easy
took the
button?
easy button. We don't. My apologies. Easy
We
button
don't
is
take
not
easy buttons.
allowed. Easy button.
Easy buttons.
My
Easy
bad.
button is not allowed.
I thought it was one of that was easy. My
Nah, we can't take the easy button. You got to make a decision on board.
Trust me, I
bad.
used to take the easy button and then it got hit with there's no I'm pleading the fifth for easy way out. We need you to answer the question.
So I can't do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Can't lead. That's crazy.
You got to make a decision. Now we could give you some time like we've done to other people around here before.
I'm not
But
Chris. I could just go.
I didn't say any names. I didn't say
My
any
bad.
names.
My bad. I was just letting the people know because we recorded.
Okay.
Your
Yeah.
name's not Ricky Bobby, so I just letting you know I'm not Chris.
Man, eat time. There we go. I knew it was coming.
Man still got his Daisy Dukes on, yo.
Hey,
Anyways,
Not necessarily Daisy Dukes.
hey, listen.
Let's just say I ain't got on no shorts at all right now.
No, I think we realized that one. I thought we
So-
realized that one.
so I think, hold on, Scrub, before you answer, I think dude understood because he went there. The did you hear me part that I'm talking about is the boldness. Hey, did you hear me? That hey, I just told you, did you hear me? Almost like the parental, you know what I mean? When mom, especially since I don't want to throw it out. He threw it out there and then took it back like the I'm not gonna call it the specific type of giver, but the this nationality giver that people have used before, he took it back out. And I didn't like that part, but you know, it's mama, whatever. You know how mama goes, hey boy, did you hear me? I said go, you know what I mean? So that boldness, You going to God with that boldness? He said he's going. I think he understood that part. I just want to make sure everybody else is with it.
No.
Yeah, I that's why when he said it, I was like, I get what he's saying.
I don't think I'm going to God with that boldness, to be completely honest with you.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
I fully understand the question. That was easy.
Yeah, when you took the easy button, I kind of realized, yeah. And then when you started fumbling, which figured I'd share that. Yosh, you're not going with the boldness, Yosh?
As much as I would like to, I think there's too much nervousness and reverence there for me to be like, yo, did you hear me? Dad, did you hear me?
Hey, yo, my guy, listen. I know you're there, bucko.
I know you there. I know the air ain't that heavy. But did you hear me? Like I don't know if yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't.
I'm gonna wait till Hop goes, and then I'm ask the follow-up question for that, yo. Since you just said that, Hop, hey, Hoodie Caesar.
To be in all honesty, right?
Oh, I want you to lie to me.
Typically, good thing that you didn't ask the question. Typically,
and I'm in rare form. There we go. Now, for everybody who watched this entire thing, you can now understand why I wanted to have more than one rolling, crying, laughing emoji.
And everyone watching this, I know y'all don't understand why he don't have that emoji. He been playing since we've been on here. No, not the rolling. You said laughter, not the.
I didn't have the rolling one.
Initially, I would say no, right? And I'll explain why I said it this way. Initially, I would say no, right? But I think it's conditional, basically saying it depends on what it is. You know what I mean? Like if the situation is deep or desperate, on an occasion where I normally wouldn't be like, yo, God, did you hear me? I can see me like, God, you didn't hear what I asked? So I think it's just depends on what it is. So if you was in desperate need enough, if I was in desperate need enough, I could see me boldly like that.
I like the easy button.
That's not the easy button.
I like the twist of the easy button. My bad.
You can't really, to sum it up in one thing. So every time you go to God, you're gonna be like, "Yo, did you hear me?" Nah, that's not realistic.
I didn't say I was going to. I'm saying
no. I'm not you. Just broadly in general. You know what I mean?
I respond to my question. So, I responded with the no. I'm not bold enough to hit you with the, yo, did you hear me, dude? I like the twist of the easy button with the, if I'm desperate enough, I like that twist. I will go with my follow-up.
I don't like how he gets the easy button. I don't.
Man, got a lot of questions.
No, because
you almost caught me. I was waiting for you to finish.
Me and Hot went to Staples. He got an easy button.
Yo, Davon, you got a hoodie on with no shirt? What is going on?
You said what?
Got a hoodie on with no shirt? What's going on over here?
Ignore it for the moment, please, so I can get to my other question. Ignore it for the moment. Yosh, I'm gonna go with you first. So,
yo, that kid by the refrigerator got a big head.
Not baby girl. But midget.
Right.
And I guess maybe it goes with what Hop was saying, but if midget comes to you, Dad, do you hear me? Dad, do you hear me? You knocking him? Off top, you knocking him? Nah.
If he come in the room like, Dad, do you hear me? Dad, do you hear me? Like if I'm looking at the TV, Dad, do you hear me? Matter of fact, this something that happened this past week. I watch the TV. He's like, Dad, look at Dad. This is happening in the game. Dad, and I'm just looking at the TV like, yo, this kid, like, I love the persistence. Dad, do you hear me? Dad, do you hear me? And I turned and looked at him. I was like, yo, what do you want? He was like, you got to look at this. I've watched the same thing like 8 times already.
So then I guess that follows. So not Yosh, Hop. Let's see. Not
I
going
don't even know why
Mojo.
you about to ask this.
Not going Mojo Jojo. I kind of want to go JJ.
I want to hear the answer for JoJo. I really do.
Nah.
You don't want to hear that.
I want to hear the answer for JoJo.
No, you don't. No,
Just
you don't.
stop the recording so he doesn't incriminate himself. That's all.
No, you don't. No, you don't. The patience level is different.
I don't never incriminate myself.
Hey.
I can tell you the patience level is different for each. I'm not sure about Jalil yet. I'm not sure about Jalil. I kind of know Jalissa, and that's why I don't want to go Jalissa because I feel like that's almost too easy. So
it was easy button. Yo.
There's easy, and then there's a super easy button. That's a super easy button. I'm just gonna be out. Yo, when I tell you this times I call James, I'm like, yo, how do you deal with Baby Liz? He laughs, he tells me, and then he's like, yo, this is it. I'm like, yo, I don't know how to deal with a nigga. I just don't.
I'm gonna go with JJ, Hop.
JoJo, no, okay.
If JJ comes to you with the boldness right now, Dad, you hear me? Dad, I said, do you hear me?
That would never happen.
Why won't that happen, Hop?
Okay, I moved out of Georgia a while ago, but 3 out of the 4 on this phone used to come to my house all the time. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Not even JJ, remotely close.
No. And that's why I said JJ, because he is
the epitome of
older.
He's getting a little older. He's starting to smell himself in a sense. He's starting to feel like
not that far, baby. These joints is reckless. They have no name when they start going, baby.
My height is almost where you at. My size is almost where you at. I'm there, baby.
When I put these babies out, I can easily fix babies. You already know.
That's the hate and love fist. Okay, I'm with it.
Hey.
That's exactly what it is. This.
Hey, same question you with Baby Damon, yo.
With Lion,
where did Josh go?
Because I know my cousin's mouth, so I know.
Yeah, so I already hit him off the mouth.
I remember that.
Hit him off the mouth, and that's where I go automatically. Like I already hit you. I have already hit you. Quick.
I remember that.
It came out of nowhere.
Around you for like 2 days.
It came out of nowhere because your mouth came out of nowhere. So I caught you.
That's some violent fathers there. Oh.
No, it's not.
No, Chris.
It's not violent.
No.
Chris, if you would have heard what he said to him, you would have understood.
Listen, you don't gotta explain to me. That's not when
I wasn't even.
That's not when the passengers talk to me crazy. So I know all about it. I know all about it.
But I also have come to realize his current humor. So and Scrub, you hear this or you heard this? This dude told me recently to call him Dad.
Oh shoot!
How did he say that though? How did he say it?
I'd have socked him.
Because his current status, his current mental status is, Dad, I am better than you in everything.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, so he was being funny.
Yeah. So that's why I said I've come to realize his current
I ain't
humor.
I would have been the same way. I'd have had to realize that before I picked him up off the floor. Like,
yeah, his current humor is that you and everything. I'm your superior, you're my servant. And so he took the I'm your superior servant thing to another level and said, you know what, Dad? I don't want to call you dad anymore. I don't want you to call me superior. That's what he said. He said, I don't want you to call me superior anymore. I want you to call me dad. In fact, when I go around grandpa, I'm gonna call him D. Really, dude? This is where you at right now? Like I'm glad I'm not in front of you because you know, my initial thought was let me choke you out real quick and let you just remember. And so that's why I asked Hop to his big boy who feels like I am feeling myself these days. I could only imagine where he's at in that house mentally. And that's why I said I'm not gonna go with Jalissa with the easy button.
I mean, in all honesty, I may have only had one time where, you know, the truth is hold on, because I don't.
I don't want him to hear this. I don't know my secrets. See, like, hold on.
To hear this so he could get away with it later.
No. It ain't nothing like that. I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't got nothing to hide. You come around, you see it for yourself. But because Javon is really a different type of child, and I don't want him to feel bad when I say it. You'll understand when I tell you what happened. So I was home one day. It was on a Saturday, and Jahida went with the church to a woman's thing. And, you know, Jahida usually do the cleanup on Saturdays. Everybody get together and do this. And I was home this time. So I started cleaning. And the way my mind is, flip that. If I'm cleaning, everybody in this house cleaning. Freak that. So I made everyone get up and start cleaning. I was like, son, you need to clean the room. He's like, why? What? He was like, all right. I let it slide. Then I was like, hey, all three of y'all need to put shoes on. Go take trash out. I'm not taking it. Well, I walked past his room a couple of times, and he's just sitting on the bed. All right. I see JoJo and Jalil getting their shoes on. They're getting ready. These dudes got the 2 trash bags, and they down at the front door. So I go in the room, like, nigga, didn't I tell you to get dressed and take the damn trash out, man? What the freak what are you doing? And he just looked at me like, and I was like, son, I usually don't say nothing to you because you usually don't give me a hard time. But if you don't put something on your mother freaking feet, we about to have a big problem in this damn house right now. Now, after I said that, right, he went and got his shoes on and he met the kids downstairs. And when they came back though, he was in his room just sitting down. And I kept cleaning, but then I started feeling like, damn, maybe I was too hard. And really, so in all of my joking, I've really changed in my attitude and approach. I mean, Hop knows dang near best. My attitude was really reckless. Like, I'll snap in a minute. I don't give a freak who it is. So shut up. So, you know, I really work on it. Like, I've really been working on it. So I felt bad and I went in the room. I was like, son. And he just broke out crying. Now, granted, the situation where I felt was disrespect. You know, you didn't put your shoes on, come to find out, you know, this is what they do every day with their mom. The boys are supposed to come get him when they're ready, and then he goes. But, so he was doing his normal. I felt like, nigga, this is what I said. So, but the whole purpose of the story is the one time I felt like that, and I said something that was like, damn, I messed up. And he cried like, Dad, I didn't mean to behave that way. Now he does feel himself a lot lately, and he's older, so I take that into consideration. But it's never in a way where it's never like that. So when I say it never happened, it ain't just being cocky. It just doesn't. You know what I mean? He remembers times in Georgia when, you know what I mean, I was like I was hot headed, you know. So it don't happen.
You was the what
you why? So that's why I came in the room, because you know what I mean, I don't want him to feel like it's something that bothers me. No, I'm special because you want to go into details of the past.
No, I was gonna go with one of your 3 things that you picked earlier. You said you was an ox.
Yeah,
That's it.
That was a big moment for me too, man. I remember that day. You know, you got to learn, yo. And I'm hard-headed as all get out. So learning ain't easy.
Surprised you ain't tell him to put on boxing gloves. Meet you in the middle of the living room.
That nigga ain't gonna do that. When I tell you these niggas no, yo, nigga, they understand.
You would have to have been around James either in Georgia or since he's been in Florida to just know. Like, if they see this nigga start moving, Dad, wait. Nope, too late now. You're not upped up. Hey, Ron.
Like, it's
want to go to
an
one
understood mechanism. It's an unspoken understanding.
Really, like they could tell, like when he's playing, it's like, all right, Dad is playing. When James flipped from playing to I'm serious, it's Dad. No, I'm sorry. I got you. Like it's just like he said, it's an unspoken, understood mechanism. Like
Like, I mean,
not a game.
it's just the same would be for Hop. Like, it's no different than anyone. It's just the only difference is he's not with you. So you got 2 different joints working. But had he been with you this whole time, it'd be the same way.
I've had many open threats for holes to be punched in my chest. I've still been waiting on it. And that guy up there in orange.
I'm telling you.
Why would you want a hole punch in your chest? It's you know, it's just it's not a good feeling. I think.
Look at this. They're trying to be serious.
I know.
I mean, that doesn't even make sense.
Last hole punch in the chest that I received is when James was working at Macintosh and was like, yo, let me show you this joint that we do to kids. And the nigga double hooked my arms and put his knuckles in my chest and just twisted with pressure. When I tell you I was on the wall screaming in Shay's house, yo, I was literally, he was like, yeah, that's what we do to kids in Macintosh. I was like, yo, there's something wrong with you and E for doing that to people.
Between that joint and the finger when you grab that finger,
that
like,
joint hurt.
That
finger joint hurt.
One too.
Ezra caught me with that one day. I was like, yo, why are you even, my bad. I didn't even mean to approach it that way.
When I learned those 2, dude, when I learned those 2, it was a matter of, listen, man, in this building, I asked you to just, let's stay peaceful, let's have fun, man. But in this building, if you do try to tempt me, if you do try to test me, I don't care how big you are, I'm gonna get you in one of those 2 positions quick.
And the crazy part though, I swear I don't think it was many people that had the respect that we had when we walked in that building.
No.
I don't know if it was respect or scared.
It was respect.
Nah, it was respect.
About 2 times I've been scared of you.
Listen to James and
we used to get in there with them
about
kids,
the job.
I was literally slapbox.
I'm good. I don't need that in my
chest. I was slapbox and wrestle, and some of these dudes was bigger than me. Mr. Mims, you can't fight. You want to go in the back by the shower? You want to go in the back by the shower real quick? Ain't no camera back there we can talk about.
What they feeding y'all? What's in the water?
It got to the point these dudes was like, Mr. Mims, get out of here. Your hand's too quick. Listen, baby, we could talk now, man. Just get in the bed or we gonna fight. Man, I'm not none of these other dudes. You can get in bed or if you act a donkey, I'll show up at 5:30 and drag you out your bed, yo. That joint was crazy. I missed that joint.
It was literally respect. Listening to James and my mom talk about it, like kids would be going, like they show up, hey yo, cell block D.
Remember that day?
All day. They get there. Oh man, it's Mr. Myers and Mr. All right, man. We gotta calm down, man. They ain't gonna play with
Remember
us.
when
All right, we
that
got y'all
dude
got
looked
it.
at mommy and was like, "Yo, you got pretty eyes." The whole bill was like, "Yo, chill, chill. That's Mr. Mims and Mr. Myers' family. Don't do it. Don't do it."
Wait, what?
Yeah, they told my
That's something
mom she got
nuts.
pretty eyes,
Ezra
but
and my
they didn't
mom was
know.
all related for a minute.
They were
Until
newer.
started
They were
putting
newer
two and two
kids,
together.
and the people that been there was like, "Chill, don't do it, yo, don't do it." Them boys knew better.
That place was that
If
was a
you
good
like
spot,
working with
yo.
kids that need help, yo, that is the place, man.
Definitely.
When
James
I
told me, yo,
first
we
got
can
there, I
never
used to
do.
really want to fist fight some of these kids. They got under my skin so much. And then when I realized, I started looking at it differently, yo, then it was like straight respect. And it got to the point, yo, we will act up with the next person coming in. You won't get to go home. That's what they would say. Am I lying, Hop? They tell you that. You think you going home? Wait till you get out this room. You may have us in the bed, but it's gonna be a riot in this room tonight. Watch.
We used to get to the front gate and hear the radios going on. 10, 10, 10, 10. Let's go home, man. We're not going back. We're not going back. They was waiting. They waited. Literally, when I tell you they waited, it was a plot all day. All right, they here. They still here? Leave. Don't y'all gotta go home? Your wives want you, your family want you. Don't y'all gotta get out of here? Your shift is over. Nah, we working a double. Nah, get out.
Yep.
As soon as we leave the
Be
dorm.
like, everybody get in the bed. They staying.
As soon as we leave the dorm, it was a wrap.
The kids knew.
So yeah, that was not fair. That was total. It was just so much fun. It was total respect, man. That's why I can't say fair. But
Like,
yeah, I loved it,
James
yo.
said, yo, if you ever come to the job, they're gonna take you and hold you in a cell with them. So what? He was like, yo, they're gonna realize who you are, who you related to. They're gonna take you and hold you in a cell with them, and they're not gonna try to let you out at all. I was like, wow.
no.
No problem, Mr. Mims. You and your cousin. You always say the same thing. No problem. No problem.
I still think the funniest one, nigga said, if I don't get my yard time, I'm putting the whole TV in the
Hey,
toilet. What? Did this man just threaten to put a TV in the toilet, yo?
Yo, God, I can't remember that dude. He was bipolar. Man picked the TV up and went to the stalls to throw it in the toilet. Then you know that TV ain't getting in there, man. What are you
That
doing?
was dumb funny. Nigga James said he literally tried to put the whole TV in this. Oh,
I'm that one person that really you're gonna put the TV in the toilet. Let me see it. You tell me how it's gonna fit in there, please.
Nah, that dude was really bipolar, yo.
But that's why I said it was.
He really was.
But that's why I said it was respect for Ian, James, and them. James told me a story about how they got another CO there. One of the kids walked up to him, snatched that nigga's lunch, and then went back and ate his lunch, and then ate the lunch that he was originally supposed to get. And then the CO just got up and walked over and went.
I can't remember his
lunch. I was
name
like,
either.
yo, I said you snatched it. So the dude just snatched his lunch.
The real skinny one.
I was like, wow.
I can't remember his name.
Snatch his lunch.
But
it was
didn't do nothing.
When you know that the person is not going to do anything to you, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter whether we were there or not, because okay, if you're going to do it, you're going to wait for us to leave.
You want me to?
If he's going to let you do it, or she's going to let you do it,
or just
cool. There was some. So I was trained by a female. I was trained by a female, and when I saw her have the whole dorm on lock, like, yo, this is how it's going to go. You could go ahead and sit down. Everybody, it's time to wake up, blah, 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 blah. And everybody did exactly what she said. And I'm looking at her like, oh, this is a bunch of boys, yo. You kind of like this? So when I seen this dude, if you allowing it and females could run the whole dorm by themselves, and there were multiple females that could run the whole dorm by themselves,
yeah,
you need a dude in there with them, you go
they
outside,
act
man. I
up
got
bad,
this.
yo.
Go take a nap. I got this. This is easy. It really, I got this. This is easy. They ain't gonna do nothing in here. they're gonna do exactly what they're supposed to do. And literally, they did exactly what they're supposed to do. So for that dude, if you willing to allow this, man, there ain't nothing I could do for you. There's nothing I could do for you. What I'm gonna do? Tell them to stop because I'm here. Okay. And then as soon as I walk out the door, if I'm not here tomorrow, what they gonna do? Take double? Hey, I'm gonna take your lunch. Go ahead and give me that. Hey, go get another one for me.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't understand why he let that slide.
What you want me to do?
I remember when they used to tell me, "We're gonna take your lunch. I'm gonna leave my tray right here, and I'm gonna go up there and get another meal." I bet not dare see not a near one of you mother freakers near my tray. I'll tell you that right now.
It was all a matter of whether they respected you or not. It had nothing to do with fear.
Only way you got my tray is if I lost in tongue. That's because that's what we was betting, trays.
Yeah, I remember.
Trays and butter sandwiches.
Yup, them
Going
butters.
to Walmart. James sitting there like, "Yo, dude, why you buying a bag of Skittles?" I lost in tongue. All little nigga bag of Skittles.
And in the beginning, they stayed beating me because I didn't even know what tongue was.
Man, so I lost in tongue. I owe this nigga a bag of Skittles. Golly.
Yo, that's what they bet for. Yo, these kids, man, you offer them some candy, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I got one more point, fellas.
All right.
My last one for 9 is 10 to 14. I put 20 for 20. I was gonna put 30 for 30, but it didn't happen. So, was this a fair exchange being 20 towns for 20 years of service and help and provision, or was this a shortchanging in 20 towns for all the gold and cedar? One could say he received more than what he already contained at Tyre, for he only had one town in Tyre. Now he's receiving 20. While another could say his extensive help and provision should be appropriately compensated. I guess the question that might follow the second is what type of compensation would suffice? And that's my 9. So that's still a question for y'all though. The 20 for 20.
I took it a different way.
Are you talking about the food or the cities?
The cities
Cities.
receiving 20
I took it a
cities.
different way.
See, I don't want to. That's hard to answer because it's
So you can't
my
answer
notes.
because you took it. So then you can't answer either because you
I
took
took it a different way. Yeah.
I mean,
Dude.
I read about this. I mean, I read about it, but I didn't dabble into it. Like in studying it, there was different opinions on whether it was actually fair or not in terms of what he gave him.
I want to say it so bad, yo.
Nah, wait for your notes.
Because if you go back, all right,
I could comment on it, but I don't know if you want me to comment on it the way I took it.
Yeah.
The go back, is that in your notes? The go back hop that you're about to say?
Yeah, because I went back to the original agreement.
No, I'll wait.
All right.
Yo, you about to comment? What's your comment? Is it in your notes?
I already went for 9.
Well, then what's your comment for
it?
Well, my bad. Let Dude go. If he's ready.
Oh, this man in the bed under the covers. He ready to go night.
No. I got no covers. That's just my Bible.
Nick.
My commentary says it is not clear from these verses whether Solomon gave these towns to Hiram or they were collateral until he could repay him for the gold he had borrowed. And then it mentions 2 Chronicles implies that the towns were returned to Solomon. But it says in any case, Hiram probably preferred a piece of land on the coast, more suitable for trade. But it says here, in the end, Hiram was repaid many times over through his trade partnerships with Solomon. And it mentions 2 Chronicles. So yeah, I didn't really dive into it. I just read that little excerpt from my Bible, but I didn't really dive.
You want to answer my question now?
What was your question?
Let's be honest, boy. That nigga said you want to answer my question. Wait a minute, what was it?
Yeah, we need to start going earlier for you or something, man.
What was the question?
He's tired.
Was it a fair exchange, him getting 20 for 20? Or was it a short change? Because he did.
Oh, the 20 years. You know.
Exactly, yo. Exactly. Exactly.
That's it.
I mean, what's 20 years, right? You know, what's 20 years?
It's 20 years. Ask
What's
somebody
20
that's been
years,
in.
man?
Ask somebody that's been in
But
prison since
honestly,
age
though, hey,
18,
real
getting out
talk,
at
though,
38
real
with 20
talk,
years sentences.
real talk, though, was it really 20 for 20, though? Because I thought he
Within
just,
20 years.
I
All
thought he
right, let me
just
stop.
did.
Let me stop you.
Wait.
I just want to stop you for a second so I could explain my question.
Wait, because
So maybe you didn't hear all my notes. All my notes for that one.
Oh,
Like my words
shit.
for that one.
I don't think he did. Go ahead.
Oh, my
Let
head
me go
hurt.
back
Oh,
to my
please.
notes for that one. Want me to reread it?
Sure, why not?
All right. I'm reading my note for you. So 20 years is the time that it says it took him. At the end of the 20 years, during which Solomon had built the two houses, the Lord's temple and the royal palace. That's verse 10. And then it says, screw up, bugging. In verse 11, King Solomon gave Hiram 20 towns in the land of Galilee. He spent 20 years helping him, providing all his goods and services. He gave him 20 towns.
I'm waiting.
Is
for you to finish.
that a fair exchange or a short change?
Oh my gosh. I mean, he didn't really do all 20, right? Like, wait, Hiram did a lot, but it says Solomon took 20 years, so Solomon was doing stuff as well. It wasn't like
What was
Hiram
Solomon doing?
It says it in the word. It took Solomon 20 years, and maybe they're just saying like Solomon. It took Solomon, but he was using Hiram. But I mean, I think it was fair. I mean, you got 20 towns, and he still wasn't happy. You know,
Enough that for you.
and
You're
he
good.
still,
You got more.
Well, no, it says
Nigga
Hiram
said
paid
you got
Solomon.
more.
I mean, but it doesn't really say though. I mean, it just says my man wasn't pleased. I mean, what would have been fair then? Since you posing the question, what would have been fair?
That was my last question. That was my last question. I guess the
I'm
question that
asking you.
might follow, the second, is what type of compensation would suffice?
Okay, what was fair? What would be fair? You want all of Israel?
I'm not Hiram.
But I'm asking you then, what would be fair?
I don't know what this man wanted. We never read that part. At least I didn't. Maybe you all
Apparently,
did.
them 20 times wasn't enough.
He felt, in my opinion, the gold that he provided, the bronze that he provided, all the cedar and cypress that he provided, dude, I put in more than just 20 years. I got you these resources. Without these resources, you don't have that palace, you don't have that temple, you don't have none of that stuff. Your wife don't have her own house. Dude,
Why you gotta throw my wife in there though?
Hey, I'm just saying if I'm Hiram, that must have been what he thought because he was displeased. He didn't appreciate.
I agree.
But it wasn't so much he didn't like the number of towns. He didn't like the towns he got. So maybe if he got one town, he's like, that's what it says in the. That's
What a
what
wonderful
it
spin.
says. That's what it says.
Nigga
That's
said
what it says.
We can't see his
So
face
maybe
right
if he
now.
got one on the coast,
I
maybe
can
he
only
got one.
imagine what his face is doing.
That's what it says. Maybe if he got one on the coast, he would have liked it more.
So he want one on the coast.
Yeah, he said, but when Haran came from Tyre to see the towns, he was like, nah, bro. He's like, what kind of towns are these? Not, why did you only
They
give
were
me
in
20
Galilee.
towns? He was like,
But
what
it
kind
says-
of towns are these? So he just wanted a certain town. So maybe he would have got one town. That would have been on the coast. Been Gucci.
Okay. So if he got one more town on the coast, he'd have been good in your mind, in your eyes.
Hey, I'm just going off what the Bible tells.
Say less. Scrub, yours. I'm done with it.
That's what it says.
I'm good.
So
You
for
answered my
me, the
question.
way
I'm good.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna hold you, not even one bit. When I first read that, the first thing that went through my mind is you disrespectful, disloyal,
Thank you.
ungrateful
See, me and
son of
Josh,
a.
see, man,
Like,
Josh be here, dog. That's what I was.
Why,
That's what I
yo?
was saying.
Why, yo?
Dog.
He's saying if he'd have got a town on the coast, because the coast would have been everything for him, he'd have been good.
That's what. Hey, that's what the commentary talking about.
So he would have been good with one town on the coast instead of 20 towns.
He never said he didn't like the number of towns. He didn't like the towns.
The reason I said that is because when it says like, hold on, let me go back to my soda.
Yeah, bring it up. Hey, yeah, bring it up, Josh, because he tripped.
While he's looking, Scrub, Hop, anything?
Well, see, I
Hop said he got in his notes. Don't make him speak.
He'll get to because of where I went with it when I went back and checked what the agreement was. That is what made me say, "Yo."
All right, we good. I'll wait. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Well, oh my bad,
So it says, so Hiram went out from Tyre to see the cities that Solomon had given him, but they were not right in his eyes. So he said, what are these cities that you have given to me, my brother? So for me, it's like, yo, so because in your eyes, the cities ain't right, you feel like y'all been cheated.
See? I'm with Josh.
So for me, I was like, yo, is this not an agreement that y'all came to? But because the cities aren't what you expect. So that's like midget. So that's like that's like the missus getting me either a Nissan GTR or a 69.
Wait, is she around?
Yeah, she's in the living room. Babe, use it for the example. Don't take it personal. Love you.
But she can't hear you. Hurry up. She can't hear you. Hurry up.
I knew it was coming to love you. I knew it.
So that's like me being like, yo, babe, yo, you want this, I'll do this for you, but my payment is either a Nissan GTR or a 69 to 70 Dodge Challenger. And she's like, I bet, let's shake on it. So I'll hold up my end of the bargain and do the work. And then at the end, she gives me either one, but it's not what I expected. It's what I wanted, but it's not what I expected. So for me, at that point, it's like, yo, what is this? Well, babe, that's the car that you asked. That's the car that you asked for. Nah, I'm not happy with that. Like, that's not what. Like, when I said this is what I wanted, this isn't what I envisioned. Like, this isn't the vision I had when I said this is what I wanted, or that this is what I was going to get.
You wanted one on the
so
coast.
For me at that point, I'm just being picky and ungrateful.
Oh boy, one on the coast.
It sounds like he wanted one of the uppity neighborhoods, the gated.
He wanted one in the hills, baby.
He got a hood.
He wanted one in the hills.
So it's like, yo, you gave me the city. So it's like you gave me the cities, but the cities is the in between of.
It's the projects. Just say it. Just say it. All the black folk live.
Nah, it's the in between. It's not exactly where the niggas live, and it's not exactly where the uppity people live. Like you got me on the end, like I'm stuck on the in between. What I really wanted is I wanted to be up there with them niggas. Like them fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. That's what I was wanting. But you didn't give me that. You gave me the it is.
You gave me hand down cities.
That's not enough. That's not what I wanted. So my boy, what is this that you're giving me? So that's why for me, like I said, when I read it, I took it as you disrespectful, disloyal, ungrateful son of a gun. You got the cities that he said that he was going to give you. But because in your eyes, they're not right. Now you want to go back to Solomon. Hey, yo, my guy, like, what are you doing to me? Like, we said that this is what was going to happen, and this is what you give me? My nigga, I gave you the 20 cities. What else do you want from me?
And he called him doo-doo. He's like doo-doo.
See,
Come on. Go ahead, James. I want to hear what James got.
Nah, he had to go in his notes.
Midget.
Go ahead, James, man.
Scrub, did you go?
Huh?
Can you get me?
Did I
Did
go
you-
in 9? No, not
No,
yet.
no.
Appreciate you.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put in on what Yoshi was saying, yo.
Okay.
Yo, like
I said okay.
from what
I
it
said
said,
okay.
it's like, yo, he
I
gave
said okay.
I do that with my roommates, bro, and they be getting upset, bro. We be arguing, I'd be like, okay. And they'd be like, but I'd be like, I said okay.
All right. That's all I have for 9, fellas.
Feel like, you know.
James, go ahead and go. I want to hear you. I want to hear what you got.
James cooking right now.
so
Don't worry. Stick to your food. I don't want you to burn down the house. I got you. Don't worry about it. Okay, I guess you're going anyways.
if you really want to go,
It's
go
okay.
ahead.
No, it's okay. Just if the house starts to burn, please hang up. I don't want to explain to your brother what happened.
Go ahead. I want to hear your response.
It's okay. My first point for First Kings 9 is above and beyond. You know, if someone asks for something, because of the genuine person I am, I would literally give it, in all honesty. What I can't say is that I would go beyond what's asked just because. If someone was hungry and asked for something to eat, I would give it to them. But would I offer them money as well? Not exactly. Now, after reading verses 11 to 13, I'm moved to reconsider my actions a little. See, Solomon had made a deal with Hiram back in chapter 5 that involved him receiving wood and gold and cypress, while in return, Hiram would receive food for him and his people. That was great. It was what was asked and so established. Yet when I read, I see that Solomon also had added some cities in the land of Galilee as well. This was not a part of the deal in chapter 5 from what was read, but Solomon chose to go above and beyond. He went and did what was asked and then some. This gives a great picture and illustration of if someone asks you to walk a mile, go with them too. And if another is sued for your shirt, give your coat as well. Literally telling us to go above and beyond. You can't always look and say one doesn't deserve, because the same could and should be said toward us with God. There are so many different reasons why you go above and beyond without fear, and mainly because you serve the creator of wealth itself. And as you're willing to give, he'll be more and more ready to pour. So that's where I went with it. When I went back to 5, because when I read it, I was like, yo, let me go see what the original thing was. When I went back to 5, Solomon said, you give me this and I'll pay your reward for your servants to you. And the only thing that I read was that he said food for me and my people.
And
so for me, he gave them food and he threw in the cities. So for me, it was like, yo, this is a bonus. What are you pissed for? And then my last point is understanding life. This is a point that is so important for the day and age we're in. We let things that are simply life get in the way of everything that pertains to us as people. One of the major things right now is disagreements. People seem to think that we can only get along or work together or be in relationships, and yes, even gather in church only if we agree. Now, I'm not downplaying the power of agreement at all. And yes, in some or most areas pertaining to the word, there should be some sort of agreement, because not everything in the word is opinionated. Yet what I am saying, that in areas where it is up to your understanding and that leads to different views, we leave the church and go away wanting to put that individual down. Or we walk out that marriage because they don't understand the way I do. We quickly quit that job and friendships because they don't see eye to eye with me, never stopping to think maybe the problem is my own eye. Hiram disagreed with the cities he got, feeling like they weren't good enough, but notice they didn't argue or even fight or end up in war. There's a saying that sometimes you got to agree to disagree. It's more important to be reconciled than right. There should be an understanding that each one is created unique, and so there's the guarantee one won't always think like I do. Disagreements are life, and we shouldn't let them drive us apart. And that's my 9.
I liked it.
Diggity dig dig diggity dig
No?
dig.
Okay,
dig it.
cool.
That's where I'm going.
That man tired. You ready to go to bed? Sleep, man. Sleep, man. Yeah, that's him.
That Cali time.
Hey, man, one of your 3 things should have been a pillow. You know that?
I thought you would go.
Yo,
My
Nah,
bad.
I'm gonna go.
My
Hate
bad.
this
My
man.
bad.
Wait. Before you go, do you have a hoodie on with no shirt?
Huh? No, I have a shirt on with no hoodie.
So you do have a hoodie on with no shirt.
I have a shirt on with no hoodie.
Okay, boys and men.
Yo, I hate both of y'all. I hate both of y'all, yo.
It's cool, bro. You hot, but you want to, you kind of hot, but you kind of cold at the same time. I feel it, baby.
Tell me what you want.
Yo, I don't wear shirts in the house. Yoshi said I can't get on the Zoom call with no shirt on. So I threw a hoodie on real quick. Yeah,
Bro, he really do.
Zip, zippy.
That's right. I wasn't off, bro. I was right.
Tell me what you need.
He said I wasn't off. I was right. You all right, Chris?
Cause he said I was cutting you off last time, and I was right. Yo,
Tell me if it ain't.
Ezra,
he
you
got
back?
a hoodie on with no shirt.
Ezra, you back?
Hey, he got his.
I'm right here. I'm listening.
That's
I just, I want to make sure you caught everything. You good?
I'm good.
his version. His version
He's
of Hoodie
talking about,
Mellow.
he asked you a question because you responded to him. He figured he'd throw a little jab real quickly, and I heard everything. I'm with it.
No,
Okay.
that wasn't a jab. That what?
My bad. My bad. A little dart.
I don't play darts.
My bad. He responded to your comment.
He did. Speaking of, anyways, I'll get to that when we're done. So my 9, I put we serve a jealous God / leadership. God allowed the king to build the house of God and his own house, promised to watch over it and protect it. And here's the jealousy. He says, if you or any of your descendants turn from following me, and then I ended quote. I said, so basically, if they follow another God, he will cut Israel off and he will burn the king's house. And he will burn the king's house to a crisp, to the point where people will walk by it and be like, what did he do to piss God off? So originally, while reading this, I was thinking, why will his house get burnt because of his descendants? Then I started to think, leadership. Ever since John said we were going into Kings, to 1Kings, all everyone has ever said about it is leadership. And in verse 1 through 9, I see just how important leadership can be. As a king, everything he does affects his people. But as a husband and a father, God is saying in his instill into his descendants as your dad instilled into you, because if they are led astray from me, it will still fall back on you, and because you were supposed to lead them in the right direction. I look at it like a teacher. The principal lets them set up the class how they want. Yes, there is a curriculum, but every teacher has their own way of teaching or leading the class to get the information. But if every student in the class is failing, it will fall back on the teacher. And that's my 9.
Unfortunately.
This man said, God out here with the you
Wasn't a
stop
shout-out.
following me. I'm hitting you and the whole crew with the bigger 9 and get your crew shot with a UWAP.
I appreciate that last point, Scrub.
About the teacher?
No. That's the teacher part. I mean, it is what it is, whatever. The leadership. I appreciate that.
Oh,
All right. I got 1 point for 9, and I put it can be gone as quickly as it is built. So God's promises to Solomon was the same as it always was. This is the same promise that we read about in chapter 2. For the Lord says, as long as you follow me with integrity and godliness, as David your father did, obeying all my commands, decrees, and regulations, then I will establish the throne of dynasty over Israel forever. I just want to note that as grand as God's promises are, we have to remember that his discipline is just as worse. We read how elaborate the temple was and how beautiful it is, but God was extremely specific on what would happen if his commands were not obeyed. Not only did this go for King Solomon, but his descendants as well. This speaks to the immense responsibility that King Solomon had to ensure that he was leading by example and teach the generations to come how to live and to follow God's decrees. This resonates with me because it is further proof, once again, that the things we do as Christians impacts and goes so much further than just in the here and now. We are setting up the next generations to come and the generations after that. We should take great pride and accept the challenge and responsibility. No matter what our purpose, we must operate in it as if it's the most important task God has given us. But everything is ultimately for God and to spread his name across the nation. And that's my 9.
All right. Here is my question. So, and that's why I said I appreciate you. I appreciate your point, Scrub. So my question when Yosh was talking was, okay, we've gone through the first 9 chapters of 1 Kings. As of yet, so far, thus far, whatever. My question was going to be, if you could sum up 1 Kings thus far in one word, what would it be? But Scrub helped me adjust it. And so instead of saying the word leadership, which easy button, right? Branch off leadership. What form of leadership have you seen for yourself in the first 9 chapters of 1 Kings? Which area, which form, whatever. Can't use the word leadership.
Delegation.
Who?
Delegation.
All right.
that's
Okay,
an
boss.
SAT word. Can you spell that for me, sir? I'm gonna write it in my notes. Why we gotta
Good
laugh?
question though. I'm gonna go.
I'm trying to put it in my
Both
notes so I can remember it. I'm gonna look it
Oh.
up so I can use it in a sentence. Sounds smart. I can't look it up if you can't spell it for me.
Delegation.
Type it in
Don't
Google.
worry about it.
Don't
Siri
worry.
got you.
You type it in. I was gonna say type it in Google. Even if you spell it wrong, it'll still spell it right for you. Don't worry. But he got one better. Siri. More
But
easy
yeah,
button.
the reason
No,
I chose
not yet. Not yet. You gonna
Okay.
help somebody out. You're gonna help somebody out.
Got you. All right, so mine's a delegation.
Delegation. Don't worry, I got more for you, Yosh. I'll let you finish, but I got more for you. I guess what I've heard thus far with this. Anybody else? I'm not going yet.
Question. I like that question.
Thank you, sir. Wow. Hey, more growth. God, you are so awesome. It's a growth right there. That man told me thank you.
Leadership.
Gave me a compliment.
Ida, light and bright.
I don't want to talk to nobody. She be acting funky
You got the earpiece in.
at
I know
nighttime. I know. Tell her I said she be acting funky at nighttime.
Baby,
Jay.
oh, that is nah, it's worse in the morning.
Oh,
No, it's at night. No, you right. Oh my God, you should see the attitudes I'm getting.
Want to get the charger?
As you come across the
babe.
back of your head with a skillet, you see her reaching for it. That's why you turned around real fast. He said, "Wait, she going for that cabinet. Wait a minute. Hey, I didn't say it. It was John. It was John."
She know I like that. But she probably gonna say something reckless to me anyway, so I don't mind. Not at this point. She don't want to talk to me anyway.
That you've been being mean to him and you funky at night. Your attitude is funky at night.
I was about to say change that. He ain't say she stank.
That's no, I'm not doing so.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Come on, you three.
Let's see. Just one word? Just one?
Can someone else talk to him, please?
One
Someone else
word.
talk to him. He seems not to hear what I say. Some strange reason.
Yeah.
I need 2 words.
It's all chicken?
Yes, it's all chicken.
Can I buy a word?
This nigga said, "Can I buy a word?"
Why don't you want to stick to a rule, yo? Why do you
Real
want to break the
form.
Can't box me in, Bucko.
That man trying to go Super Saiyan Blue out here, and everybody else is on
No,
Super
you
Saiyan.
can't get 2 words, yo. Find a word. Sir, you a college graduate.
Is it a
These get
compound word?
degrees. Hey, these get degrees, baby.
Is it a compound word?
These get degrees, Bucko.
Well, if you have one while he's searching his memory, his mental Rolodex.
I'm trying to think, yo. I really am.
You have one?
I'm gonna put. I got you. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna go with transformational. What? What? You said you.
I'm listening to Hop and Scrub.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
My bad. Gorilla D over there.
This nigga here, yo.
Harambe.
Harambe, I like that one. I'm gonna change my name to Harambe.
But he sees it.
If I gotta choose one, I'm going with foundation. What? Can I give you one? All right, you ungrateful. You Hiram.
Hey, that's his
I
new
gave
name.
you what you asked for, and you still not happy,
name,
yo.
Man. Hiram, man, that's his new name, man.
You said choose one. I chose one, and you unhappy.
So we got delegation, we got transformation, and what's your answer again?
Transformation, no.
Foundation.
Transformational. What?
Foundation, man. That's what I'm going with. Foundation.
Transformational leadership.
Yeah, transformational. What? No,
I like it. I
Thank
like
you,
it.
Thank you, Dan.
He knows the
You
truth.
like it because you said foundation leadership.
Foundation, yeah.
I'm with you. I'm not. You know what, Scrub? Do you
Can
have
I go
one
with
yet?
authority? Can I go
Are
with
you
authority?
looking up a word?
Can I go with authority? Can I get authority for 500
Yo,
Alex?
are
Are
you
we
looking
not
up
doing
Yes, you can.
one word for the first 9 chapters, right?
So far,
So
what
far.
have you? I'm trying not to give it away.
I know what you said.
What have you
So
heard?
for me, it's foundation.
What have you heard? What have you learned, experienced, whatever, in leadership, excuse me, in the first 9 chapters of 1 Kings? Yes.
Yeah.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Transformational. Okay.
You
Scrub,
like that one?
what'd
Hey, you
say?
like that one? Hey, man, you like that one? Don't you?
I'm not entertaining you right now.
Hey. You know how they do when they score a touchdown? They be like, hey.
You didn't score a touchdown with no freaking transformational.
Why not?
You barely got a first down.
Why not? What's wrong with that? What's wrong
You
with
said you
transformation?
on fourth and inches. You
Want
ain't
me to
even get
define it
the
for you?
idea. Oh shoot.
You want me to define it for you?
I don't want you to define it for me. I'm with you. You entering
Ain't
a
that my
new,
man? Wait, ain't that my man's church? Hey, ain't that your boy church? Crazy face.
you enter,
Hey,
you look that up? You look that up?
hey, hey, stay woke, baby. Stay
You started
woke.
watching?
Dinner is
Stay
done.
woke.
You started watching?
Stay woke,
Okay,
baby.
stay woke.
School rock.
Scrub, what's yours? What'd you say was?
Influential.
Delegation.
Said something
He said
about me looking it up,
delegation.
so I went with
Mashed
what was
potatoes,
on
You
my
ain't
head.
go with no
fried chicken,
delegation. That's
stir
yo. She
fried
Who
can't
that?
come with the
vegetables,
JoJo
same
or Leah?
answer.
and
Oh
That's
my
Jalil
Leo.
right there.
What's wrong, man?
Jojo.
My man.
Oh, and gravy.
That's Jalil.
The plate's over
Big
there.
head.
Silly
Oh,
self.
that's my guy,
All right.
little baby.
Real quickly before I give mine, dude, what were your two words?
No, you said
I'm
I
just
can't
curious.
use it. Can I
Okay,
use
well
it?
then shoot. No, yeah, you can use it. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up,
Wait,
my
wait. Can I
guy?
use it or can I? I don't want to do
Yeah,
a trick.
you can use it.
Nah, you said I could. I ain't gonna say.
I said, yeah, go ahead, use it.
Nope.
This is stubborn. You should use. You're so stubborn. You said transformational. You still stubborn, yo.
Transformational.
Got a little sauce if you want to try it, my guy.
Oh my gosh. So for me,
Okay.
at least this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm getting right now. For me, mine is
What you want
parenting.
some of this?
Wait. What?
Oh, you want some of this?
Parental, that's better for you, parental. Because you like the all. I say you like the all. You don't want to just really bit of transformational. And it's, by the way, it is transformation.
You don't want
It's not
mashed potatoes?
transformational church. You know, it's just it's freaking.
Transmission.
No, that's
Pretty big, Vincent.
that's why you said transformation because that's his church, but it's all the same thing, you know.
Nah, it's two different words.
Wait, did you even come up with a word? Did you even have a word?
I did.
Oh, you looked yours up. You looked yours up. My bad.
I did not look mine up. What's
you
wrong?
was in the screen like this, and you ain't been in there the whole time.
Yeah, and then I changed it to my original word because he said something about me looking it up.
First grade. You in first grade? You graduating?
Are you smarter than a first grader?
He's a third grader, first of all. That's the show.
Oh my
Can you
God.
mute him?
Actually, it's a fifth grader. It's a fifth grader.
So
Can you mute him?
I didn't even want to say it because
Can you mute
Yeah.
him?
it's okay. It's okay. We just disregard. So here's what I heard.
Parenting?
So far in the first 9,
Parenting.
I keep hearing, I keep seeing, I almost have a focus on parental leadership.
Davon, you heard that?
I could see that.
You the one who just got back on the Rosy Red. You the one who should be thinking about that.
So for me, anyway, it's what I'm hearing is God is telling me focus on your parental leadership. Yosh, since you want to be a boss, focus on delegating and leadership. I guess focus on transforming and leadership. I don't know how you can focus on transformational leadership. Or I don't know.
How do you think Pastor Todd focuses on Transformation Church? Same
Transformation Church.
Now,
you don't think that's a style? You don't think that's his leadership style? That's the name of his church.
Express to me transformational leadership.
No, you look it up because you're the teacher.
I'm not looking it up. You said it. Express it to me. Explain it to me. I'm the student. I'm the student right now.
Look
I'm
it up.
learning. So that's your answer. Look it up. Not that you want to explain it.
we talking about rare form. Jeez.
I mean, so
midget.
Hop,
you said
foundation.
I just want to see it.
Foundation.
Or so it goes better with leadership, foundational leadership.
No. So I don't need the O. The O is for that.
Oh,
yeah,
that guy.
yeah, for that, yeah. Look at that grown man back there, boy.
That's what I was
That's
saying.
Roni. That's Roni. Gotta be Roni.
That boy look about 30.
Hey,
Hey, you look about 30.
Where's
Hey.
Joe at?
His
I don't
voice
see my
is
other guy.
On the
Joe
game.
doesn't come around
Nigga,
hot.
you look 30.
Joe does not. Jojo does not come around hot.
And the sad part, he did until this current season.
Yeah, well, he's not
Then
coming
it
around
just
right now.
no,
Hey,
I know that
James.
for a fact.
Tell JoJo I'm waiting.
Tell JoJo you waiting.
Hey,
Boom.
Joe over there looking 22.
You need
You
30.
look 30.
You look tired.
Chris said he's waiting on his money.
Hey, well, my
Joe
money.
G.
I need my money, my guy.
What's good, Joe?
I need my money.
What's good, Joe G, baby?
Hoodie season, okay. Little hoodie season. I see you.
What a
Little
grown
hoodie
man at?
season.
What bills he pay?
He be set once he take his shirt off like Davon.
Make bets.
No, he cheated.
There go that grown man. Look at him.
Yo, this man.
Your
JJ
Your beard look almost as good as mine, homeboy. Jeez, how old are you?
James Harden. Hey,
That beard
James
look
Harden.
almost
I
as
knew
good
he
as
was a fan. I knew he was a fan of James Harden.
That man's about 30. No cap.
Yo, my man
That
Ronnie.
man got a wife.
James, I knew he was a fan. I knew he was a fan of James Harden. I knew he was a
He
fan.
ain't
of
no
James.
James Harden fan at all.
Yeah, yeah. That's the way that beard is.
Full-time job.
Yo, if you
heard
so
him?
you telling
He
me
said,
if you
"Heck
walking
no."
down the street, you see that man walking towards you, you're not gonna be like, this man
JJ
got a
still with
wife,
Mello,
2
dude?
kids, a house, 3 cars.
Look at the
He's
bill
still
on that.
he's still on Mello,
man.
dude.
Huh?
He's still on Mello.
Nah, he like Treyway now.
Hey, trade that
Yeah,
dude.
Treyway, that he's that guy, yo.
Like
He ain't better than Ja, though. You taking Ja or Trey that?
Treyway or Ja Morant? I was about to ask that same question. Treyway or Ja?
Treyway or Ja Morant?
I take Trey.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm going Trey.
Oh, the disrespect.
this is not a
Josh.
topic of basketball.
Oh,
Ja
y'all
can't
sleep.
palm it. Ja can't palm it.
Yo, Treyway is a different breed. Yeah.
Yo, y'all sleep. I
His
bet you
mix,
Ja way before Trey will.
his mix up is a little different. His mix up is a
Yeah.
bit different.
I had a
He
conversation
just
with
don't. Ja just don't put you on the floor, but I mean, he just does a lot of basketball for. Does a lot of basketball for.
I'm not discrediting Ja at all. Ja's nice, but Trey, that boy there.
Y'all just like him because he can shoot, man. Oh my god.
That's the
The
James
sad
Harden.
part is I don't know why you don't like him because he can shoot because that's all
I was about
Harden
to
do.
say, ain't that what Harden does? Harden don't
I
make
like-
somebody. He shoot.
He said everybody only
JaVale
like Trey because he can shoot.
McGee just came out the grave for when James Harden dunked
Like-
on him. You watch your mouth.
If that's the case, you should like Steph too, because the nigga can shoot.
He don't
That's
like
his
Steph.
game.
He
It's
hates
James
Like
Harden.
Steph. I don't like Steph. Only reason why I like Steph because
Yeah,
he's a
he
Christian.
don't like
That's
Steph.
the only reason why.
I mean, say
You don't. Why don't you like Steph? And it better not be because all he do is shoot.
He just
Hey, Hop.
doesn't
Okay.
do it for. He doesn't do it for.
So I had a conversation with your
Different.
homeboy Wilt the other day.
Well,
And
Will got gunslinger mode.
Wilt. And I was like, yo, out of everybody, who was the best shooter? So of course he said John was the best shooter. And then I was like, well, out of you and James, because and he was like, me and James, yeah. I was like, yeah, Chris can't shoot. Out of you and James, who was the second best shooter? And he looked, he was like, James had a shot on him, but I got to give it to myself. So I wanted to
You
ask.
can't ask Wilt that.
I was gonna ask
Let
you
me
how
tell
do
you
feel
why.
about that.
And Schumann, no, I'm about to tell you why. I can see why he said that. In Schumann, I barely played like I could. Like I took like 90% of the nights off.
He's not lying.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's
He's
because
not lying.
that's because John would pass the delay instead of other people.
Keep going, Hop. You were talking.
Like I really like Hop and the other dude used to get mad at me.
Kurt.
So because we played at the Y, Hop knew I could play. But when we got to Schumann, so let me tell you my attitude. When we playing with younger cats, I'm not into the game as much. Hop
Anybody
On the
can
other
get.
hand, he don't give a freak who we playing against. He want to kill him. I felt like, yo, these
Wanna
dudes
win.
are too little. Now, when them college kids came, then we was balling for real. So Wilt was more consistently in shooting. He just remembered towards the end when I started playing hard all the time, then a lot of people started like, yo, he can shoot, watch him. So I
Nah,
could see why Wilt said that.
He was like
against Bird and Chew, you didn't play like you didn't want to play. Against Bird and Chew, you played.
Yeah, well, Wilt didn't play with Bird and Chew. Them niggas walked in the gym with their own team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so like I'm talking about when Wilt was around, it was us and the little short light-skinned dude that could shoot. It was a lot of them other dudes, and I just rebound and pass.
He said John passed the ball too much, but he could shoot.
Because Chris
shoot.
didn't want to
Passed
run
the
the
lay
point
all the
guard.
time.
Chris
He
didn't
passed
want to
the
run
lay
the
all
point
the
guard
time.
position.
Yeah, nobody
Chris, you wasn't
wanted
trying to run point?
Chris, Josh, or Babo.
Chris
None of them
didn't want to
No.
run the point.
I liked running point.
I really running back in the day. I run it now. I run it now. You know what I mean?
I liked running point. I just
I'm in
felt
my
like
prime now.
the ball. I just felt like somebody else was gonna be like, "Yo, give me the ball. I run point."
I'm in my prime now. I'm running.
I'll play the 5. Don't worry about it.
Scrub, really quickly, Scrub. What was yours again, Scrub? Your leadership?
He got to look it up again. He got to look it up again. Give him 1 second.
Whatever answer you say. I was gonna say something else. This kid is really trying me tonight, yo.
Well, he got to look it up. Give him a say. You got to go to history.
Knowledge. No, I told you once I looked it up and y'all said something, I just went with the first thing in my head.
Which was what?
Knowledge.
Knowledge, leadership, or leadership and knowledge.
Leadership and
knowledgeable.
Yo, the mainly talk about him. He asked for wisdom, knowledge, to be knowledgeable.
I'm good. I'm good.
Like, I feel like you questioning my.
I'm questioning. All I did was question which one you did. I said like I was really not asking you. I said knowledge and leadership and knowledge. I was putting it to me. So I'm not gonna hold you. I really want Hop to explain his. That dude up there.
Foundation?
Yeah, just because. Let me write this down first. So I wrote down all 5 of them, right? Just because I'm like, I don't know. I want to see where he's taking this. That's all that I've heard so far is you need to focus on parental leadership. That's what you keep seeing. I'm giving it to you for a specific reason. I'm showing you that over and over for a specific purpose. You keep seeing it. You keep hearing it. You keep reading it. You keep writing it.
Yo, that makes I see what you're doing, yo, and I see what God is doing. That's crazy. But go ahead.
So, Yosh wants to be a boss, which I've known this about Yosh for a while now. Yosh don't like. Anyway, I'm not gonna go there.
You don't gotta say it. You don't gotta say it.
I'm not
what
gonna.
he don't like.
Say it.
I want to know what Yoshi doesn't like. What doesn't
Say
No, you don't know this by now.
Yosh don't want to work for the man.
Yosh don't want to work for nobody.
Yeah, that nigga got a problem with. Hey, I'll let you tell yourself, man. I ain't gonna do that.
Yosh don't want to work for anybody. Yosh is a boss. Yosh is a boss, which is why delegating makes sense to me when he said it. As soon as he said it, okay, that makes sense for Yosh.
That's why I said I see what God is doing. I didn't even think about it in this manner.
So that's why I asked you, Yosh. My bad, not Yosh. Y'all don't need Yosh to say anything. I'm good with Yosh. If they need it, that's between you and no. I'm good. I'm good.
I can't get a let me explain why. I can't get
not for me. Not for me.
Yeah, I don't need it either.
Let me know. Inform me, Bucko.
That's what was. You talk to him on another note.
An unbelievable question, yo.
Like I said, Yo said something. I really can't even remember what he said. But when he was going over his points in number 9 or in chapter 9, immediately I heard, ask them, what form of leader, what is one word that they can use to describe the first couple chapters? And then when Scrub started talking, it was like, shoot, everybody's going to take the easy button, leadership. So we went into this knowing leadership or hearing leadership, and I expressed to each of you, I heard we're getting ready to branch out in leadership in one way or another. And so when you started speaking, Scrub, it was like, oh, okay. And then I thought of mine, parental. Oh, shoot, God. Okay, Lord, I hear you. Even if I don't want to hear you right now, I hear you. So, Yosh, I'll Yosh, I don't need your explanation. I'm so serious. I just don't. I'm so good with it. What I will say to you is, that's tough.
You gotta eat it.
Wow.
You gotta eat it. Tell me.
Wow. Hey, Hop, you here?
Yeah.
All right. Wow. All right. So what I just heard is whatever you wanted him, you tough, Yosh, and you don't even realize it, dude. Whatever you wanted him to have his eyes and ears on, focus on that in the same area of your leadership.
Wait. One more time.
When I was getting ready to tell you, Yosh, you want this transition, and I don't want to speak out of turn. You want this transition. You're looking for this transition. You want change. You want different. You went back into school, so forth and so on. And I don't know where in the world he's taking you. I can't say that. However, what I'm hearing and him telling us, okay, I'm showing you something in these first couple of chapters for a reason. This is our third session. 3 is perfection. 3, in a sense, is completion. Okay, so I'm completing something in you in these first 9 chapters, this first 3 sessions of 1 Kings. You're getting something continually. I'm giving it to you on purpose. Each of you are getting something different on purpose because I'm branching you out into your forms of leadership. Yosh, you came up and you said, what would you want him to, I'm reading it and it's tough. What do you want his eyes and his heart to be on at all times? And you right now, whatever your 3 things or whatever your thing was that you said you want him to have his eyes and heart on right now, and you remember it, and that's for everybody. It ties in with whatever he's given you with your leadership. So like I told you.
That's, oh my God, that's, not to cut you off, Hot, but that's why when I exploded a second ago and I was like, yo, that's a big question. That's what he gave me while I was standing here. Our answers unknowingly relate to what we're in, dealing with, or going through, or headed to.
Pretty girl.
So I was like, dang, that's crazy.
So like mine, I said my promises, and then I said my kids before I said my wife. And when I said it, I was like, it sounds backwards, but it makes sense to me that I want my kids, I want him to have his heart and his eyes on my kids before I want him to have his eyes and his heart on my wife. And he's giving me parental. So, okay, cool, Lord. I hear you. I hear you, God. Parental leadership, my eyes, I want your eyes on my, wow, Yosh, dude.
Not the Jordan shrug.
Yeah,
Because he don't even, I don't think he hears. No.
I
Watch
didn't
this.
know that this was gonna go as far as my note and then all our notes tying. I didn't
I got one better for you, Yosh. Watch this. Remember a week or two ago, you and I spoke, and you was like, yo, the last crazy faith, crazy faith. You said he gives us what?
God to give us the desires of our heart.
So it's really not our desire.
He will also give our heart's desires that he wants at this time. Is another translational way that you could look at it.
The same desire you have for what you want his eyes and his heart on, he gave to you on purpose because it matches and falls in lines with what he's telling you, which is your form of leadership. Tough.
Yo.
That's why I say, yo, you don't even realize what he's giving you. You're saying it, you're hearing it.
But you're not tying it all together.
But it's not jamming.
Wow.
Like
that is tough. That's crazy.
You got the laces, but you're not.
That's tough, Yosh.
I'm sitting there looking for the fire, and I got the matches in the wood, but I'm not.
That's tough, Yosh. You hearing him, dude. You hearing him all the way. I'm not even gonna hold you hearing him all the way. It's just, I don't even know. Hop, I need you to break down. I don't know if it's for me. I ain't gonna hold you. It's not for me, but I'm greedy. I want to know what this foundation is about. I really want to know what this foundation is about, dude.
So for me, when I went with foundation, that the first 9 chapters, the man, as soon as we get in Kings, David's passing, the torch is passed. Solomon is building a foundation on what type of king he's gonna be. He's learning, and I mean he's performing and showing that the decision was right for those who were there with Adonijah. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, yo, it's foundation.
My bad,
everything
Hop.
that he's going to do.
My bad, Hop. I'm talking to you about you, dude. Leave Solomon alone for the moment. You said you keep hearing foundation. How does that?
Oh yeah.
How does that apply to Hop?
So for me, because for me, that's where I'm at. So just in all honesty, the whole Sunday thing.
You laying foundation.
Yeah. The whole Sunday thing for me is the foundation. So if I get off Solomon, I'm basically, as a king, laying the foundation of what type of temple I'm going to be. So that's where I went.
Woo! Woo-hoo. Hey, Scrub, you care to share, baby? Knowledge?
So for me, and it's crazy because like you saw, when you asked the question, I immediately went to look up, okay, what's the synonym for leadership? Because for me, I couldn't think of anything. And once you was like, yo, are you looking up? As soon as you said that, knowledge popped in my head. So for me, okay, why knowledge? Then I go back to work. Right now, they have me in this position where it's 3 people back there who's been there less than 2 months. So all of us are bouncing information off each other. It's 2 black guys and a white guy. And from back there, we need one leader. We need one person who knows, one person who communicates through the 3 of us. Our OMs go straight to the white dude. And the first 2 weeks we was back there, for me, it wasn't a problem to, hey, why are y'all doing this? But to me, I'm like, yo, you passed me, you passed the other black dude to go to the white dude at the end to ask what's going on over there with us 2 or with one of us. Why? So then we got a trainer back there finally just for 2 hours. And the trainer was telling us we need one person who's the leader, one person who knows what's going on, one person who goes, okay, well, one person needs to work here, one person needs to work here. I'm gonna work here. And if someone needs help, we all gonna come together. So for me, after hearing you what you were saying, for me, that's what my knowledge means. You have these people who are passing you up to go to someone they look as, for me, they look as they're white, so they're better than you in a way. They should know more. They should be the leader of this group. So me, knowledge is, yeah, they're looking at him that way, but in all honesty, he looks at all of us as equals. So I'm knowledge. I need the knowledge to know what's going on, knowledge to know my surroundings, be aware of everything that's going on.
Hey,
Transformational. This is what I want to hear.
Mr. Change Me.
Hey.
All right, for real. Can I really now am interested in your 2 words.
No, you said I can't use it.
You can't use it. I want to know what were they.
No.
He plays so
You
much.
said no. You should have let me use it.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
I want to see how he's
forget about
changing.
John right now. What was your 2 words, yo?
I want to see how he's changing him. Hold on, I gotta see how he's changing him because transformational. He got to be going through a change.
You don't like that? Why you don't like transformation?
I want to hear it. I love it. Because that means your stubbornness is gonna change soon.
Damn, Chris, that backfired, baby.
Transformational.
Just go the way you expected? Nope.
Oh, wrong lane.
Oh my gosh.
So you want to know how transformational is, and for me? Oh, I'm in the right lane. Oh, I'm tripping.
You on your way to Krispy Kreme, nigga.
Would you like to wait till you stop?
Yep.
You seem like you can't multitask.
You about to get that Krispy Kreme, dog.
But I'm asking for clarification. You want to know how transformation works for me? Because when James started explaining, you was like, you don't want to hear it as it relates to in the word.
Yes, not Solomon. This is for you.
Why did he put transformational on your heart through the first 9 chapters? That's what he's asking.
What is he doing within you? Or what are you noticing about you? How is transformational leadership applied to you? Oh, yes, yeah.
I mean, oh shoot. I mean, for me, it starts with just the time of day that we're in, right? So, like you mentioned, the new normal, and I said how I hate that phrase, but it applies for me because everything that's going on has allowed me to reevaluate my priorities, whether it be spiritually, whether it be at work. So for me, the next step is, how do I come out of this different? So a personal goal for me is a second revenue stream. I haven't shared that because it's selfish, but that's something I desire, right? So I want a second revenue stream because with everything going on, it's kind of taught me, okay, I can't do this off of just one job. And then the second thing is professionally, with everything going on, there's going to be different opportunities opening up. So like, I was joking and stuff about me being on tour, but like that really just helped me be able to market myself as a leader that can do more than just what a standard person can do, so to speak. And then, I mean, spiritually, it's everything that you've been mentioning. So it's about us identifying direction as kings, us identifying direction into our purpose. So for me, it's transformational because we're not coming out of this. We're not going to be the same people we were before we went to Kings. We're not going to be the same people we were before, even when we started Bob. So that's why I came up with that word in a nutshell.
Copy.
That's good or not?
I'm with you. I'm with you. You're going through a transformation. No, I'm serious. Like I said, I'm. He's showing me me. He's showing me me in this. Um, Again, parentally. Uh, when Yosh said it, cool. Immediately, I see it. I recognize it. I understand it. When Hop broke his down, okay, Hop is going through. Hop's foundation is being. I don't want to say rebuilt. Hop's foundation is being built. I want so badly to say rebuild, but yeah, sure. I'll take it. Hop's foundation is being rebuilt. His old foundation has been broken down. His fears, for lack of a better word, his concerns, for lack of a better word, he's attested to his hostility and his mannerisms.
Yeah, it's not lack of a better word. Those are the right words. For real, like that's just maturity. Like,
Nah, I was looking at E's face when he said.
So
it's true.
Hop's
Remember what I
foundation.
told you?
I'm with you. I'm with you. Hop's
I know
foundation.
it's true, dude.
No, I'm telling Hop.
No, I know it's true.
That joint's clear, burned in my head, yo.
It's his foundation has been broken down.
And I know it's God because I don't even think about it.
And it's being rebuilt. Scrub saying knowledge, as he started breaking it down, it became more evident for me. He's in search of the most knowledge, period. The all the answers, whatever. He has no problem searching for it. He has no problem going out to achieve it or retrieve it, whatever. And then you dude, you're going through a transformational period right now. So yes, it makes perfect sense to me. When I heard your word, when I heard Hop's word, I was like, what? That I don't understand it. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't understand it at first. So after hearing how you was getting ready to break it down, immediately cool, I got it. It makes sense. Hop Yosh and mine immediately made sense automatically. Even they Scrubs, his was what? Knowledge, leadership? Okay, I get it. And it's going to be used for where we're headed. My parental search is gonna he's gonna use it where he's propelling me. Boss over there, your name is no longer Yosh. You are now boss.
Like Yoshi.
I'm a no, and it's I like Yosh too, but after this now, I'm gonna go ahead and speak it into existence for you and on your behalf, boss.
What are you doing?
So boss is being propelled and shifted in his direction. Hop is, like I said, he's being rebuilt. As much as I don't like it for him, and I don't, but understanding it, cool. I'm with it. Rebuild him, make him into a better him. For what it's worth, Scrub, his search of knowledge is going to propel him. I'm not even going to speak on what I see. I'll let him do that on his own.
No, I kind of want to know that.
No,
I guess we can talk about that when you get here, but
no,
I
don't
can't.
want
I
to
can't
tell
get
you.
mine talked about. You're not getting yours talked about.
I don't want to tell you.
I want to know what you see.
I'm telling you right now what I see.
You just said you don't want to, yo.
Because I'm not going to go into detail.
That's why I said we'll talk about it later.
No, we won't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it with you. Like,
He said, "I see you when I see you."
Hey, Yoshi, do me a favor. You talk to my uncle and then let me talk to
You
you.
can talk to me all you want to.
I said, "I'm gonna talk to him. He's probably not going to. If he don't want to tell me about me, you think he's about to tell me about you?"
Hey, I don't want to tell him. Like I said, man, even dude, wow. I don't want to tell y'all. I don't.
Are you being obedient and not telling us just so we can see
He's not.
where we end up and
I'm
allow
trying to
us
get
to see it
out.
for ourselves
This is trying to
where
get you in
He's not being
he's taking?
obedient.
Okay, I got you.
He's not being obedient. Tell you that
it.
right
And
now.
I don't even know why, but
Wow.
Are you shedding tears?
Wow, I didn't even look at it. I didn't even think about that.
So I don't want to tell y'all no. And maybe that is me being disobedient.
what are you doing in this car? You gotta stay where
Um,
you're at.
I don't, but I guess I have to. So
These people know they can't drive, but this is crazy.
for Hop, you're broken down. You're being broken down to be rebuilt, to be established, to be uh, solidified, whatever. Um, to be the leader that he's already called you to be, that you already know about. Um, Personally, I don't want to see that broken down part, and I don't know why. You come out a better you. You come out a stronger you, a more prominent you. But I just don't want to see that broken down part for my own selfish reasons. Uh, Boss, like I said, for you, you and I never understood why you couldn't, or my bad, not couldn't, why you wouldn't. I don't want to use the word submit, but why you felt so uncomfortable being in whatever role you were in. I never understood it. Never shared it with you, but I just in my own, man, just just do that. Don't do that. Just that right there is good enough. You don't even have to stress yourself out. But it makes sense because you are not supposed to feel comfortable in that slot. You feel more comfortable in this slot. And it doesn't, and I guess for me, my mentality was you're not under his watch or her watch. You're not under his rule or her rule. You're just in their environment. And I always felt like you didn't feel like you was just in their environment because whatever
It
they
don't
told
take that long to explain, bro.
you
My bad, yo.
bucked against, for lack of better words, you I don't know, it just made you feel so uncomfortable. And it brought out the other side that you don't show often, the side that you suppress often. Only in that realm, only in that area were you able to allow that side to just showcase and show up and take over. Everywhere else, you were able to just go, ooh, no, you are good right here. So because you never felt comfortable in that realm, you weren't supposed to feel comfortable in that realm because boss. Oh shoot. Um Scrub, your why. Okay, cool. Lord. Your why is bigger than your why. Your to you, my bad. To you, your why is bigger than your why. And in your search of knowledge, hopefully you'll realize that although your why makes sense to you and although your why is big, yes. Wow, dude. Uh um because your why is just he's gonna use that search for why, that search for information, that search for understanding, that search for more knowledge to propel you to give back your understanding. Ooh. Dude, your transformation of peace. And it's funny, not funny, but and I hate it for you too, dude. And I've told you this already. I want consistency for you, but your transformational piece helps you to be so flexible, dude. Your mental state, your peace, for lack of a better word, since that was one of your things. Um, your sense of peace, well for me, unfortunate. Giving everybody the benefit of the doubt was placed there on purpose because it allows you to be flexible in whatever venue, whatever platform, whatever situation you find yourself in, and he's just taking you from here to there to there. Even if I don't like it, it's not about me. And although others may not understand it, you don't show a disgust for it. You show acceptance for it, which furthers your flexibility. which is used for further for further relationships, for further partnerships, because you're going to deal with some rigid people, and you're going to have to express flexibility within them and to them, and help them see a different side, even when they don't want to. But what he's instilling in you, you're going to help them with that. Yeah, I'm good. I still pray that he gives you the fullness of it.
Mommy loves you.
Um, each of you, each of us, rather. Again, I don't even like mine because of my stubbornness. I don't like mine. Yeah. All right, I'm ready to close. I don't want to talk to y'all no more. Being honest. Ah,
I like that hoodie though.
appreciate you, man.
You a Cowgirls fan too or something? What's wrong?
No, I just like the orange and blue. That joint is kind of tough.
I want to tell y'all, man.
He's a Knicks fan.
Chill,
That's
bro.
that's what I said. I like when I was asking you and you just gave me the okay and then a thumbs up. I was like, I get it. I get it. You,
Yeah.
you didn't want to say. You just wanted us to see.
Oh, it's
You more so
cold.
wanted
Let's
us to
go.
see it for myself.
But there's still more to see. This is
Because I know for me, I understandingly didn't understand what you were saying. At least for me. That's what I already made up in my mind. I'll probably just end the call, not tonight, but I'll probably call you tomorrow, just talk and
I don't want
elaborate.
to talk about it no more though. Like after
Okay, right on.
tonight, please don't call me and ask me about it. Hey, when I get
Okay,
there,
I'm calling you tonight.
when I see you on Saturday, don't ask me nothing about this. I'm gonna tell you, go in your prayer closet, get on your face, and do whatever you gotta do to hear the rest. Like I don't want to talk about it. I'm being completely honest. I don't want to tell
I know
y'all.
you are.
I can tell.
I don't want to tell y'all no more than what I already told you. I didn't want to tell you that much. Believe me, I didn't. But he wouldn't let me go.
I could see it all in your face and the.
Yeah, yo, he wouldn't let me go, man.
I knew it was a wrestle. That's why I was like, are you being
Jeez.
obedient by not telling us, or is it that you are supposed to tell us, but you just want to see? That's why I was like, okay, he's supposed to tell us, but he doesn't want to tell us, but it's not being let go to not tell us.
That's a fight, dude.
Pick up for Robin's last name, first name Christopher.
There's some fights that I don't
Area
mind.
code's 912-980-2195.
I was trying, man. I felt like he was punching me in my. So I felt like he was doing that to me. And he wouldn't let me go. And I'm like, come on, dude, just tell him on your own. What are you bothering me for? I gave him that much. Nah, tell him everything. What? You giving it to me, you could give it to them. What?
But
okay, let me help you out.
So you hit him. So you hit him with. So two things. You hit him with the bold. Nah, I'm not doing it.
I tried. I tried.
And then, but the second thing is.
Okay, thank you there.
But the second thing is, like, even for my word, delegation. You've been basically put as the delegated leader. Like, it's majority rules. You're the delegated leader of Bob. So, yeah, I could give it to him, but I'm giving it to you to give it to them. I don't want to say nothing. Hey, Jake. They all said you the leader. You got to give it to. I'm giving it to you, so you give it to them.
So I still want to fight that, because to me, in my eyes, I am not the one that brought all of this together. I
And
am
I know
not the
that.
one that,
And I was about to say that too. You're not the one that was like, yo, let's get together. Kristen,
yeah,
you and
like,
James, and was like, yo, y'all was like, yo, let's get Josh. So it started off with us four. But unfortunately, like even when like you've been the delegated leader, even for prayer. I know we've all talked about it, yo.
He
Anybody like
don't
it
want to
shouldn't just be
accept
me and you
that.
can all
He
pick
should
up
shut
have
the
up.
been
phone.
accepted that. He didn't
Shut
want
But
up
to.
before I mute you.
but that but
He was
that's
supposed to been
the
have it.
place that you've been given. That's the place that you hold. You're that guy.
I still, like I
All
said,
right, so
it wasn't until, like I said,
so
2-3 weeks ago, then I was like, okay, Lord, okay, Father, I'll accept this role. I still fight it, but like I said,
so
yes,
with that,
yes.
I want to mention something real quick. It ain't gonna be long. So I like what you gave Yosh because and I didn't want to mention this because it's selfish, but I go ahead and say so. I have a vision for Bob, but I won't go in detail. But I've been trying to figure out everybody's role.
Go ahead and fight.
So even though dude
Gonna
was
lose every
tripping,
time.
like even though he was tripping, I was really being serious in what I was telling him. So like, and what God's placing for dude, I was trying to figure out, okay, what is Yosh? Like, what is his? So by you telling Josh, delegation boss, that like helps me understand like what his role will be. I'm still trying to figure out Davon's. I already know James, so this helps me because I have a vision.
Go ahead, keep fighting. Keep going. Don't worry. I'm gonna let him.
Don't
Man,
fight.
I'm gonna
So
let. Please, no, please fight. I want somebody to
it's
feel
gonna
what I just felt.
I'm about to lose this fight here. E,
This
I
man
want
said I want
somebody else
somebody.
to feel
I
what I
want you
just
show
felt.
my pain. Show my pain.
yo, I'm gonna lose this fight right here. For you, um,
Can we just do now?
this whole time you were talking, I've been hearing
Not right now,
you're
baby.
a teacher, and I don't know how much you know about your students. I don't know what you know, how much you know about their lives, but there's kids in your class that do look up to you.
Yeah.
So for you to have the parental, it makes sense as the teacher because you do have those kids that like you, yeah, you're a jokester. You like to joke around, you like to laugh, but then when
Serious.
it comes to get serious, you
I'm
still have that
serious.
serious side.
No, I'm always serious. I just laugh.
Anyways, you have, and there's kids in your class or classes that need that. And for them, yes, you're a teacher, but you also like in a way, a father figure.
I know, unfortunately.
This man said, I know, unfortunately.
No, I believe me.
I'm about to say, I think he's being dead serious.
No, so I have a young lady who I taught last year, and um, she was between two homes, and I used to talk to her often, and I used to tell her about my situation and ask her opinion, right, to hear the kid's side of it for him, right? And she was with dad. Dad was more the disciplinarian than mom. Mom was more loosey goosey, whatever, do whatever you want to do. Dad was more the structure. Mom was more freedom, right? So she was with dad. She knew and understood I'm better off with dad than I am with mom in 6th grade. I'm in the building yesterday, and the 6th grade assistant principal, so the assistant principal and guidance counselor travels with the kids from 6th grade to 7th grade to 8th grade. So the assistant principal from last year, who's her still assistant principal this year in 7th grade, comes to me yesterday. Now, she has no reason to come to my room other than to tell me, Mr. Myers, you remember such and such? Yeah, her dad just died.
oh,
Sheesh.
That's what I did. When she told me, of course, hurt. When I thought about it, after she told me, which I'm still talking to her in the process, You didn't go to no other teacher and tell them this. You came to me. God sent you to me. So I don't say it jokingly. I know this, that I also play that role in some of my students' lives. Why? Because you see me with this young lady last year. You knew it was nothing fishy. You knew it was genuine. And you knew I had a rapport with her enough to come and tell me, among the rest of her sixth grade teachers that she had last year, which all of them are still in the building, that her father passed. Why? Because you knew that I was a male figure in her life. So I don't say it jokingly. I say it truthfully, knowing it. Unfortunately, I do play that role. And I say unfortunate not because I feel like it's a bad thing, but at the end of the day, I'm not your dad. But I am aware that there are a few of you who either don't have a rapport relationship with your dad. And so I play some part of that role since you spend 80% of your day with me, 75% of your week with me. I understand that. I understand that there's some teachers who you're a teacher and that's it. I look at me and I go back to my when I was in school, period. And I go, man, I didn't talk to none of my teachers. Not one. I didn't talk to not one of my teachers. Not outside the classroom. And even in the classroom, it was, I'm answering your question, or I'm not answering your question. But I'm not saying hello, so and so. I'm not saying good morning. You know what I mean? I'm not talking to none of y'all. But when I look at my students, like most of them, hey, Mr. Myers, how you doing today? And I go back to, hey, so and so, how was your day? Da, 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 whatever. Our whole conversation with them. I didn't do none of that with none of my teachers, dude. In no grade, not elementary, not middle school, definitely not high school. High school, I mean, if I was in class, great, but you know, so
That was
that
half
was a
the battle,
plus.
getting the class, Bucko.
That was
I
a
went to
plus.
class, so I just didn't really do
Yeah,
work.
so I say it like I said, I know it, but it's unfortunate at the same time that I have to that I play this role. God, I know that this is your doing. Yes, I understand that. But some students that I have that rapport with, and I'm like, man, I wish I did it. Some I'm like, man, I know you need it. Cool. And then there's others that it's like, I really don't want to play this role. This hurts. This hurts. Having this rapport with you, knowing your situation. But yes, I know some of my kids' situations. Yes. I go that deep with some of them. Not all of them, but nah, but for real, I do want all four of you to just somehow, and he don't even have to take it that far, you know. But I want him to just wrap his arms around you,
It's okay. I'm not gonna fight
allow
him.
you
If
to
he tells me to
experience his
say it, I'm gonna
love.
say it. Don't worry about it.
I want you to experience his love real quickly, and just let him wrap his arms around you
Nah,
and just
Unless
breathe
it,
you
y'all
unless
did
his
in.
that.
arms is come, unless his arms is
Y'all,
coming like this. The moment I see it come
nah,
around, hey, you got it, Buggo. You,
nah, cause he did that with Babo. I don't ever want to feel that again, Bucko.
Jeez, oh, that situation was
yo,
great.
that morning, oh my god, no,
And that was
never.
horrible. I don't never want to feel that again.
That was a tough morning in
Tired
prayer.
of fighting with this dude, man. Like,
Lost it. Man, was
I
out.
know you remember that morning. All I kept hearing is,
yeah, yo, right here on this couch. I was right here doing this.
Yeah,
I
that was
was
bad.
like, yo, this is
Spent 20 minutes just tossing and turning for no reason. Couldn't even pray no more.
5 o'clock in the morning. Boy.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
He put the whole weight.
Yeah.
He took the whole weight that morning.
He didn't even hit you lightly. He said, you know what? Just take the whole thing.
Nah, I felt like he took the speed bag.
Nigga said the speed bag.
That man said he
That wasn't
hung me
even.
and just like,
That was like the speed bag, the full size like punching bag, but it was a speed bag.
He's hitting me something serious. Yeah. I look forward to hearing. Nah, I felt it. I felt it. E. I'm good. I don't need it no more. I just want that. I just want it for all of you, you know, because again, I always feel like what I go through, all of us are going through. So I feel like when I go through that, yeah, I really want y'all to also go through that. Yeah, yeah.
See, I was always
I admit I'm stubborn, but I don't think I'm
It's not
stubborn to
that
that.
stuff.
I don't think I'm stubborn to the point where it's like you're gonna have to hurt me, guy. Like, nah, I don't really want that problem. Don't really want that problem.
we talked about earlier when we go with God to with
Will you
the
clean your throat
did
on my
you hear
stubbornness?
me? Did you hear me?
I'm not
That's what
asking
he
him.
just hit you with.
I didn't ask him a question. I didn't ask him
No,
if he heard me.
that's what he hit you with
Nah.
though.
Yeah, he
He
asked me,
said,
did you
say
hear me?
this.
You right.
He
I
He
thought you
said,
was
asked,
talking to
say
me. I was
this.
about to say the missus
Did
over
you
here
hear
clearing her
me?
throat, talk about my stubbornness, yo. I said I'm stubborn, but not that stubborn. All I hear is
yeah, you stubborn.
That's
You got
crazy.
it. He did hit me with it. Did you hear me? Oh, you didn't? Okay, no problem.
Hold up. Let's just put your arms
then
right
he
here
hit
real
you,
quick.
then he hit you with the Verizon. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good, good. Okay.
I blame both of you because both of you started asking bogus questions. Oh, you want to be stubborn? Oh, are you hearing him, but you just don't want to tell me? Come on, leave me alone. You see me going through over here. You're rubbing it
No.
in.
I accepted it once you hit me with the okay. I was like,
Yeah,
I
but
got it.
you kept asking questions. You see when I did this and I kept going back and forth. You knew I was going through. Come on, you knew I was going through.
I was
So
just
you
trying to let
mean
God will be done, man.
so you mean you hear him, but you being stubborn right now? So you telling me you don't want to tell me what he's telling you?
So
Really,
basically you
Yosh?
going back to
Okay, Yosh.
numbers where you asking
Yeah,
God, really?
Okay, okay.
Hey,
So
yo,
E,
how about this,
So
Yosh?
just
I don't need him to hit you
you,
with this. I need him to hit you with just one. He can let this arm free. Just let him do
he
this.
did. Okay, so you remember when Davon originally posed the question, yo, I want to lift up prayer for if I should move back to Georgia now.
Yeah.
he already
When
did
he
that.
asked, the moment he asked, I had an answer.
And you didn't answer.
He knew that.
I did not say nothing
What's up, baby big
until
head?
what? I didn't say anything until what? When we did study. So we prayed Tuesday. I didn't say anything until Friday.
Oh shit.
I dealt with that all Tuesday today. That day Tuesday. I dealt with it Wednesday, I dealt with it Thursday, and then Friday I said something. And the bad part is I was really fighting, like I'm not saying nothing. He was like, so you don't hear me? I was like, yo, I know this is something that I used to fight with. And you don't need to go. You making a mistake. No, but the Lord said, and I'm like, nah, I'm not saying nothing. And then on Thursday, he was like, yo, who better to say something than you? This is something that you go through, something that you dislike, but I've given you an answer, and you should tell him. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop dealing with it because I'm going home with a headache every day. Tuesday, I came home with a headache. I ate Tuesday. I came home, took a leave, went to sleep, woke up. Headache subsided a little bit. I had a headache all Wednesday. I was like, yo, okay, I'm just gonna say so. I'm just gonna tell him.
That's fine. I'll take that then. So, scrub, do, pop.
Hey.
No. We good. We good. We good. We good. We good.
Ask
We
you a
good. We
question.
good. We good. You don't need to ask me anything.
I just want
I
to ask
just
you a
gave
question.
you
Yo.
enough information for a month. You don't need to ask me
I
anything.
just want to ask you a question.
We
The
good.
man said you don't get to ask me nothing for solid
If
30
you in
days.
class, if you're
Solid 30.
teaching, right?
My students know
I
I
still
don't answer
gonna call you
questions.
tomorrow.
If you're teaching
My students know I don't
and
answer questions.
a student makes a mistake up front in front of everybody, right?
I let them make it.
And then someone else comes and makes the same exact mistake.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like, you should have learned from what the first person did.
Mm-mm. No.
All right, I'm done talking to you. Hey, Yoshi.
You should learn from the notes that I give you.
Hey, Yoshi.
That's what I tell them.
Hey, the notes that we got, those are some good notes.
Hey, Yoshi. If
Notes
baby
we got,
big
some good
head,
notes.
if baby big head punches a hole in the wall, and then baby girl turns around and kicks a hole in the wall, you're not gonna tell baby girl she should have learned from her brother's mistake?
See, here's
It's a yes or no question.
But here's what you're missing.
Me.
Here's what you're missing. So midget punch a hole in the wall.
You're gonna punch a hole in midget.
And then baby girl kicks a hole in the wall, following midget. The part you're missing is
she should have learned from her brother's mistake.
Did I knock midget block off before she kicked the hole in the wall? If the answer to that is no,
the
she's
answer is
thinking
yes.
it's okay.
The answer is yes. He has a hole in his chest on the way to the ER. She got mad because you did it, kicked the hole in the wall saying, why you hit my brother?
Now, here's the problem.
She's a girl.
I'm not dealing with her.
Hey, Chris.
Chris gonna deal with her.
Chris.
Exactly. I'm not dealing with her. I'm sending her straight to her mother.
The point I'm trying to make, Ezra, is
no
I'm learning from your mistake.
There is no
I'm not going to withhold information that God's giving me. If he tells me to say it, I'm going to say it.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think we could be a testament. We've seen mistakes from the 16 all the way down to us. Guess who keeps making mistakes?
Hey, listen.
Okay.
Listen.
I look forward to Hop calling me, you mother, and I look forward to him picking up the phone, dialing my number. Yo, it's good, Hop. You mother. And that's all I want to hear. And I'll feel so much. I won't feel so much better, but I'll feel okay.
Why?
I'll feel okay. What you mean? I want you.
I've been through that already.
Again.
Nah. No.
Your man said again. Nope.
I've been through that. When God hit me with Babo and I had to email, I had to message him.
No.
I'm not going through that again.
I said no.
Join me. It's a brotherhood. It's a band of brothers.
Exactly why we all on the phone, man.
Why? We're
connected.
There we go. That's exactly what I want to hear. We're connected.
When one of us hurt, we all hurt. You felt the pain. We all felt it.
I was hurting when you were speaking.
No, what?
I felt it.
You didn't feel what I felt.
Face, I
and
felt
you can't. You wasn't even obedient anyway.
What? Good. I want you to be disobedient, so you can feel.
No, you were disobedient. God tell you to say something, you're gonna give a portion.
I gave you what I felt was important.
Say it again. I just need you to say it slower. I'll stop you.
You heard me.
No, just say it again one more time, please.
I gave you what he gave me.
No, start. Oh wow!
I advise y'all to get down this hall.
I hope Mrs. Myers is upstairs, boy. You got a couple lightning bolts headed your way, baby. I am not fond of that.
I just look forward to the call. That's all. I'm gonna say thank you. Thank you, brother. That's all. I'm gonna be like Hiram. I'm gonna be just like Hiram. Thank you, my brother.
Buddy.
Thank you, my brother. That's all I want. That's all I'm gonna say. I already said thank you to Yosh. I look forward to saying thank you to Chris, Hop, and Scrub. That's it.
Tell him as soon as we finish.
What?
Tell him we all still on.
He wants to get on the game.
Chip sent him to ask if we was going to get on the game tonight. So I told him to tell Chip. Yeah, he's still on.
Tell him to tell Chip.
Chip should be on the phone. Chip should have been on the phone.
He was on. I don't know what happened.
We get to hold him accountable now. He already been on the phone once.
Hey.
I'm about to hit the shower, bucko.
Hey, I hear you.
Hey E, what have you been doing with the recording?
Got me out here smelling like
I have them in a folder.
Haven't posted them nowhere yet.
Because again, I don't want to post them. I need to do my part, and I don't want to use my YouTube that I have because it's through my job.
Don't worry about it. I'll make.
Want me to create one for you?
Knock yourself out. Go ahead and delegate, boss.
Go ahead, boss man.
Be quiet. Ain't nobody talking to you. You be quiet. Whatever you about to say.
Who the hell you think you're talking to?
Whatever you about to say. Whatever you about to say. Don't say it.
Nobody talk to me like that. Nobody talk to me like that.
Man said nobody talk to me like that.
Whatever you getting ready to say, we good. Don't even say it.
Oh shoot.
Boss.
Your name you better be Lona if you gonna talk to me like that.
Boss is getting ready to delegate or do something, so we good.
I had a page ready by tonight.
I don't give a freak about what boss doing.
Hey, I do.
Wow, you don't care about your brother? That's hurtful. You know what I mean? Hey Yoshi, I care about you. Don't let Wahab say.
Oh man,
I care about you, Yoshi.
How you getting ice cream? That's not even the ice tray. No. Get out my kitchen.
Beat him.
I'll sock you in your throat.
You still trying to fight? You still trying to fight?
No, because it's just unnecessary, yo. Like, I don't know why I had to go through that. I really don't. I really don't. I'm not lying to you. I really don't know why I had to go through that. He could have just told y'all. There's still more to tell y'all. Whatever he was gonna tell you, he could tell you. Like,
you're the fearless leader.
Disappointed in him right now. I could say that. Disappointed.
Boy,
disappointed in him because you in disobedient.
I'm disappointed.
Who's using this scoop water out?
Man.
Hey.
Man. I don't know why he
That's
had
half
to
a
do
teaspoon.
Got me in this house burning up, yo.
I'm about to beat the snot out of everybody in this house.
Drop the air on a 70.
Go put that in the dang sink. Don't use those no more.
I think that is so unnecessary. Somebody close out, man. Let's do. Oh my gosh.
You all right, dude?
No, I'm hot, yo.
I say, you don't see that man taking the hoodie off? That man hot.
Jeez. I really think that was unnecessary. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Shoot, you want to allow me to be bold? Hey. So disappointed.
Unnecessary. Bucko.
He's disappointed in God.
I am.
You didn't have to do me like that.
Himself for being disobedient.
You didn't have to do me like that.
I feel like the words that he was giving me, I was going ahead and sharing. The extra part to go into detail of each of you, I didn't feel like I should have to do that. I feel like he has a word for you.
That's the problem.
Hold on.
That's the problem right there.
That you feel like you have to do. It should be something you want to do.
So I don't know
you
what
want to see your brothers grow, ain't it?
He's going to tell you anyway. He's showing you in his word anyway. Yeah, so whatever he's about to give you, he's going to give you. What kind of leader is this?
My bad. You're a parental leader. My bad.
Can someone close?
We're not your kids. I hear you.
Can someone
little big head?
I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
You can hear you.
I don't think y'all understand.
Oh, you got the black.
I really don't think y'all understand. I think that's the problem. I think that is the problem. You really don't understand.
This nigga Chris
I know my truth.
In the car.
I know my truth.
I know my truth. I know my truth.
You're muted.
I don't like it.
How about that? You're muted. You keep talking down there.
Chris left his phone in the car.
I don't know what's wrong with him. Yeah, go ahead, unmute yourself.
This nigga here, something special. You leaving your phone in the car? Homeless dude gonna break in and take it.
This man really muted hot.
Yeah, yo. He don't give a freak. You see him? He don't give a freak.
Chris. Yo, Chris.
Oh, hey, Chris, you left your phone in the car. Left your phone in the car.
I know.
Okay.
You out there hitting doors and dashing?
Woo! Hey, yo, Hop.
I'll go ahead and close it out.
That man is sweating. Got the grandpa sweat towel and all.
Father, we thank you for another session, another great experiencing session of you speaking, not only through our points, but through what we've been studying, through where we've been, things that we've been seeing, things that we've been hearing, pertaining to us. Father, the growth that you continue to do, the highlighting, the showing, the manifesting, the working on and building. We just thank you for all that you've done. We thank you for the doors that you've opened. We also thank you for the doors that you've shut that could have caused hurt, harm, causing us to be out of alignment. And we're excited for where you're taking us. We're not anxious because the word says not to be anxious for anything, but all things come to you with prayer. So, Father, we just ask that you continue to be with Bob. Never ask that you would never remove your hand from us. Help us to continue to grow. Help us to widen our eyes, God. Open our eyes further than what you've opened them. Help our spiritual lenses to start to become more clear as we continue to plow into your word and through your word. That you will continue to reveal, make known, and manifest within each of us. And help each of us within our transitions of leadership to make it made known for us to work on. We ask that you would be with us throughout this next week of study and continue to do what only you can do for us. Those that are here now and those that haven't been able to make it. Father, we thank you and we love you. We give you all the honor, all the glory, and all the praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I'll talk to y'all later. I'm getting off. Y'all have a good day.
It don't gotta be that way.
Have a good night.
Be that way, Bucko.
What do you want? What do you want?
Why it gotta be like that? Yo,
I want to know what you want. You calling me? I'm so
do I need to
Okay.
get the food, or you gonna grab that while you?
Yo, what is wrong, yo?
I'm just asking because when I go out tomorrow, that's gonna be it.
Okay, go out and get whatever. What did you say you was gonna do?
I'm just. I didn't know if you was getting the food or not, yo.
No, I'm not getting food. Nope.
Okay. Was that hard?
Not doing nothing for you.
Was that hard?
Said I did enough. I did enough.
Y'all have a good night.
I did enough.
Yep. I think I did. I think I did more than enough tonight. More than what I wanted to do, more than what I felt comfortable doing. So yeah. Yep.
Comfortable.
You shut up. How about that? I feel comfortable saying shut up to you.
Yo.